Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, people, and welcome to Image Chef. Listen, I'm going to tell you guys something. This is going to be a fire show. Osam joining us. He's late. He's a fucking fraud. It's okay. This is going to be a fire show. I don't want to stop the show every 5 minutes to tell you to like the damn video. So if you're watching this now, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, of course, if you're new. I don't want to stop the video. All the guys' channels in the description as well. Like, listen, all of them are there. Apart from ads, who is here exclusively and on Don's channel exclusively, and also soon will be on Hosam's channel. He's like, you have been wanting to invite you. But big up all the guys. But you guys probably have seen Paz yesterday on my channel. I've seen ads many times. My man here is an Arsenal fan. New. Is that your first ever panel show on YouTube? Ever?
Yeah.
Never ever. Where are you from?
Me, I'm from London.
South, east, west, north?
North, of course.
From North London.
Yeah.
Big up my guy here. He's brand new to the world, guys. Listen, Paz yesterday on my channel. Broski, you got a lot of you got a lot of fans, bro. You have a lot of fans. You have a lot of fans. But yeah. We're here. But my man here, John, or you can call him JG. Right?
JG.
Right here is JG on Instagram. JG takes on Instagram. JG takes on TikTok. He got good followers on TikTok as well, over like 12, 15,000. There's a lot of good videos as well. So he's absolutely brilliant. So go and support the guy. Paz, the creator, is actually, I think your content is super good, to be honest with you, Paz. I think your takes are great. Ads, of course, is here. Paz, the creator. It's kind of a unique name. That's fine.
Paz, just so you know, I scouted you. Just so you know. Tell him.
Yeah.
Tell him.
Yeah.
I scouted.
Can you be respectful to the guests and show your face so they know who you are?
Can you relax?
Can you? No. What are you? What are you telling that? Like, were you telling Shez yesterday? Are you shirtless? Are you like naked in front of the camera?
No,
can you like show the people
who's
the camera?
21 degrees.
Yeah, bro.
Hi guys, apologies for my rude co-host.
For fuck's sake, bro.
Big up, guys, man. Big up, Paz. Nice to meet you, JG. Ads, we've already worked with each other before. Big up, Ads.
Did you work with each other ever before?
Yeah, I've worked with Ads. I got him on my channel as well.
One show we've done.
Yeah.
No,
we worked with each other. I think
he didn't like you, and he never invited you again.
That's a lie. I invited him.
Is that obvious? That is not obvious, bro. He never invited you again.
As you're doing great stuff because you showed up on my homepage, and as soon as I watched your content, I was like, we have to get this done. Yeah.
How do you think he scouted you? How do you think he scouted you?
Right.
You're doing all right.
Yeah.
I get it.
When you show
Is
up
he
on the
like-
homepage, you know you're doing good stuff. So keep going, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. What are we talking about? Okay, number one, I'm gonna tell you
Here
something,
we go.
Sam.
We're gonna
Guys,
talk about Liverpool. How about we let the Arsenal
No,
fans
we're
speak?
not gonna talk about Liverpool.
Debutants.
I'm gonna tell you something that Paz said yesterday on my channel, and it actually went over a lot of people's head, right? He literally said, bro, with straight face to everyone, we had a lot of people. He literally said that Arteta's ahead of the process.
Huh?
All right,
I swear to God, we're
I'm
walking
happy-
straight.
I'm
Wallah
happy
al-azim.
happy we're starting here because I can break it down for you. I happen to have prepared this actually. Funny. It's funny you brought this up. I'm happy to break this down if anyone needs help with that one. Would you like me to break it down? I don't want to take up too much airtime. Okay, I'll go into it.
You're here to take up airtime anyway,
Okay,
so
cool.
go ahead.
What was the first year? I'm even gonna ask the audience. I'm gonna start with my fellow Arsenal fan. What was the first year we made it into the top four, into European football?
3 years
I'll help
ago.
you. 2002 to 2023. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the
22,
first year we was in Europe.
Yeah.
Where were people saying we should have finished?
They said top 4 was our ceiling, and he wouldn't get into top 4.
They were saying things like 10th and lucky to finish top 10.
Mm.
What we had. That's what people were saying. We had little kids.
Mm.
We just took Saka from left back and put him right. He just hit right wing, bro.
Uh,
Like, let's have it right. So people saying that we should have won it for 4 years, including this year, mental. So now we've got rid of that year. We shouldn't have even been top 4. Now we've got 2 years plus the year now, yeah? And the second year, our injuries were insane and Man City did a madness. We don't get me wrong, we buoyed the last the 3 games, West Ham, Villa, and something else. Cool. You can say that. So that's 1 year. And then now we're on last year. Last year, we had 8 defenders, and at one point we had 6 of them out.
Mhm.
and our front line was torn to shreds. Like I don't like people need to look at this stuff and put yourself in the manager's seat. What lineup are you putting out to win this league? What lineup would you have put out to win this league? So and if you looked at it, yeah, from when he came in, yeah, like that squad with Torreira in the 10. I think we came from a back 3 with Kolasinac in it. Like I think people need to add the context to people saying Arteta is a failure when we should have we still shouldn't be here. Like, I think people have forgotten where where we came from, and you're ungrateful. Arsenal fans are one of the most ungrateful fan bases in the world. We don't belong here for where we've come from. We don't belong here.
We do.
I promise you we don't.
We do.
Even last season, we belong here because this guy's dragged us from the mud. From the mud.
Yeah,
And people acting like we've cut like 10 years ago, we was winning everything. We weren't doing that 10 years ago either. So what makes you think that we should be winning it now? Where we are now is the best position we've been since 2004. Am I lying?
to
That part's not a
22.
lie. That part's not a lie.
It's the best.
I would say
It's over 20 years.
no, but I would say 23-24, we're in a great position to win it as well. We got 84
JG, do you
points.
agree with what he's saying, or what's your logic on his debate?
So are you saying that Arteta's ahead of schedule? Is that what you're trying to say?
I think if take most managers, because Unai Emery was supposed to do what Arteta did, and if Unai Emery was still our manager, I think we're still in hell. I
agree with that.
I think we're still in hell.
I
And people like I don't know who would have come in and bro, even if you look at we're going to Man City and we're talking about we're upset with draws. When has that ever been the case of us going into? I can't even when we had Wenger when we was at 2005, we weren't thinking, oh, we're going Man United, we're gonna win. Like now you're thinking like and people are saying there's no mentality shift. We're going to places who are matching us in all the things that we're good at, like your Newcastles and West Hams. Newcastle specifically, I say, because I think that's a horrible matchup for us because they're also a really physical team, and I think that's where we overwhelm a lot of teams. We've gone there and we've got a win. Like to say there's no mentality switch is to me is I think it's just people are thinking of emotions instead of like actually putting all the context into what you're thinking. That's what I think anyway. But bring all the context in. I don't think people should be unhappy with where we're at.
I'm happy with where we're at. I think last season to put a lot of blame on Arteta for everything is crazy. when we were starting off with lineup with Tierney, Sterling, and Marino as our front three, and then when you need a goal, who you subbing on? Ben White, Partey, Zinchenko. You can't, if you're trying to win a game and it's 1-1, you can't do that. This season, we obviously are subbing on Saka, Odegaard, Ranieri. Havertz is obviously injured, but Martinelli or Trossard, the amount of attacking subs we have is so much better than
For the
last
first time.
season.
The first time in 20
season
years.
Exactly. And in a league where we've now gone to 5 subs are so important. I think it's the most ever goals past stoppage time. And clearly our subs are making a difference. And that's why I think we'll win the league this season. And I think that's all due to Arteta's planning.
Facts.
What are you doing, Ads? What the fuck? Ads is like.
Facts, my boy. Facts, my boy.
Ads is like, what are these people?
What
What have I signed up for? It's like, what is happening today? You know, Ads is like, what is going on?
No, I'm just listening. I'm just internalizing. Cool.
Internalize it. Take it in. Now take it in.
No, I think everyone low-key knows that Arsenal do have the best squad to win the league. And the amount of late goals that Arsenal have scored just shows it. The amount we're able to rotate our squad. Chelsea aren't able to do that with the amount of injuries they've had due to the Club World Cup. Man City and Liverpool don't actually have a deep enough squad. Maybe they have better quality players, but in terms of able to change a game, they're unable to do that. Man City, when they were at their best, could sub on Alvarez. If Haaland doesn't score, no one else is scoring. In the league,
Man City won the league with their squad. It wasn't just to start an 11. Like most people in the league with their squad. We've never had it.
If you look at Man City's stats right now this season in the Premier League, no one has scored more than 1 goal apart from Haaland. If Haaland doesn't score in a game, Man City are going to struggle. Obviously, they've now become a lot more defensive, but the fact is that Arsenal have so many different areas of just goals, simply just scoring goals.
Let me ask you though, yeah, because I feel like this is what a lot of people are like. This is what people try and press me for. Like, is when is the point do I think that the pressure is going to come for Arteta? And I think it's now. Like now, I think you have something where you can say you should win the league again.
I mean, to be honest, I really think we're going to win the league. So I think the pressure is going to go.
Okay, but I'm saying now, if you don't win the league, now you look at it and you think,
I wouldn't sack him now.
No, I'm definitely not saying sack him, but you look at him and think you need to do better with what you have.
Yeah.
Like what's next? Like, where's the next improvement?
I mean, we've had the best defense in the league for the past 2 years.
Hold on, guys. So you guys keep talking about City. What about Liverpool?
Liverpool again, they don't have the depth. That's the issue with them.
What do you mean by that?
Especially defensively, they don't have the depth.
What do you mean by what about Liverpool? Though? Like, in what context? What do you mean by that?
Liverpool are favorites to win the league. That's what everyone thinks.
No, it's Arsenal now.
For everyone in the world.
Is that what you think?
Ads. Who do you think is favorites to win the league, Ads?
That's a great question. It should be Liverpool, and it's been Liverpool up until this point. My only thing is, honestly, what Arsenal are doing is very good. Again, my man's point about ahead of schedule is crazy to me. The delivery was great. The points were great. The conclusion ahead of schedule is mad to me. Again, we can argue that if we want to, but in terms of just this season, right, the favorite should be Liverpool. But you know what it is, right? What Arsenal is doing is very impressive. The squad they've built, the football that they're looking like they're going to start playing, the defense is great, right? And the consistency that they've had over the last 3-4 years, right? That's all there. If the badge was different, and maybe if the manager was different, we would all say Arsenal should win the league based on the squad, based on buying, a 40-goal striker, Saka there, Rice apparently the best midfielder in the league. He's not, but again, some really good players in the team, right? So they should, based on that. But again, because it's Arsenal and they've not done it in so long, it's like, it's like, are they really gonna do it? Are they really gonna get over the line when it matters most? Because right now it's October, like it's early, cool, but we're still not in preseason, but like we're still sort of like trying to find out who's in the title race by like January, February, which is really when the title race starts. But right now, Arsenal look good, but when it matters most, are they gonna crumble again? Is Arteta gonna bottle big decisions again? Is he gonna be able to adapt and make things work when it matters most? Time will tell.
Yes, he is. I think people have attached this bottle stuff to Arteta so early. Like it's so early in his career. He just got see what
he's been there 7 years.
See what we're doing. Wait
Nah,
till
fair enough.
wait-
They won the league.
wait to get the luckiest Prem trophy of all time. There's an
It's not
asterisk next to that.
You can't. Let's not do that. Let's not do what we did yesterday about Lucky and Slot.
I'm
And all
doing
that.
it. I'm doing it. It's too late now. I've done it.
No,
Because he
let's,
put it
let's,
up.
let's not go down that route. Let's not go down that route. Let's not go down
I'm
that route.
salty now.
Honestly,
Can't do it.
honestly, like you don't need to get salty, but take a touch. It's calm. We're early.
No,
We're
no,
only for 15
no,
minutes.
no,
Let's
that's
chill.
fine.
Let's chill. Let's chill. Honestly, like with Arsenal, right? Like we've seen it so many times, and it's like that's the thing that maybe you're not sort of getting with your like ahead of schedule part. Because again, when you're talking about the league, I get it. The league can be difficult to win when there's like a generational Man City side. This Liverpool side is also very good too, so I can get it. It can be hard to win a league against really top teams, right? But ahead of schedule, 7 years in, shouldn't mean you have 0 trophies with a team that you've built. Your only trophy being a COVID FA Cup with another man's team, and you get credit for who you beat in the semi-final and final. That was great. But his team, for how many years, have managed to underachieve and not win anything. They've been great, really good. Some good Champions League runs, some good performances. The record in big games up until the Anfield match was impeccable. You hardly ever see that with some of the best sides we've seen in the last 10, 20, 25 years. But no trophies in how many years with how much money spent?
7
there can
years.
never be a label of he's ahead of schedule. That label
Okay,
cannot.
No, we're not.
Okay, can I ask you a question? How long should it take, for a team that is finishing 8th, who realistically are even that squad quality is lucky to be 8th? How long should it take for that squad to win the league? Like, is that 3 years now?
Every time, by the way, you
Sorry,
bang on the table, it's
I love it.
You know what's a good question? How long should it take for Amram to get United back to winning?
No, let's not go to that.
That's
Let's
not
not go-
fantastic.
oh my word on the Amarim
How
shit.
long? Because
He's
people had to
talking
read
about
it.
Amarim again.
Let's say no, because Arsenal back then are very similar to what Manchester United are right now. So
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No, we are.
Absolutely not.
Who would you say? Who would
Okay,
you say
hold on. Let me ask you a question.
Who would you say
Is their squad right now worse than Arsenal's squad then?
Pass. Hold on. Before. Go ahead, Gigi.
So whose team was better? The team that Arteta inherited or the team that Amarim inherited?
No. Where the club is at today, where the club is at, the Amarim, the team that he took over, the way the Manchester United as a football club is absolutely rotten to the core. Arsenal were not like this.
I disagree.
Bro,
I remember at the time we literally had a leak.
With Emery, you finish 5th. Okay, guys, you don't understand. This is the lowest of any top 5 club that's ever been Man United currently, ever. No one ever has faced this adversity as Man United. And it's not because of the money they spend. It's because the club is just rotten. The culture is shit. Everything is garbage at that club. It doesn't matter who they sign, they get worse. Bro, players just get linked to Man United, they get worse, bro. It's just Baleba got linked to them. They didn't join, got worse, bro. It's just this is how bad it is, bro.
Literally.
I'm saying, literally, you don't have to join.
Your
to get
dreams
worse.
are my reality. Carry on, Mo.
I hear you.
No, but I want to say something. Arteta took. Okay, so hold on. This is great. But
Arsenal
Arteta took you to the promised land. Are you in the promised land?
We're en route.
So how long is the journey?
I think it should be about 5 years, 5 to 7 years, really.
We'll get there by May.
5 to 7 years.
From the team that Arteta
You know, the
inherited.
problem is we get there by May. That is fine. But what if not there by May? What if you're not there by May? Which is a possibility. It's a possibility that you're not there by May. Huh?
What happens if we don't? What happens then if I don't know? We win the Champions League. We're speculating at this point.
It means
don't know
everyone's
It's not speculation when there's been proof of you guys not getting over the line for how many years. While you've been a top team. You've been a top team for how long? So
How long have you been
they're speculating. No, there's proof. So you got to prove us.
They win the Champions League.
How long have
Sorry?
we been a top team for?
At least 3 years.
So no, but what's it? Sorry, is it Hussam? You could have said the same thing about Pep Guardiola. It was obviously a top team, and it took him time for Man City to win the Champions League, but it was very obvious.
Yeah, but he was winning league titles.
Yes, but it was obvious that they were a very good team, one of the best teams in the world.
First year it wasn't obvious. First
Huh?
year when Conte won it, they were like, "Oh, look, Pep Guardiola when he doesn't come up against
talking about people that
farmers."
Champions League.
Yeah, but that was about but he spent 3-4 years as being the best team in the world, probably.
Yeah,
would say.
I have no problem with you expecting Pep to win the league. I have a problem with, first of all, Paz's war speech at the start is the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life. The fact that he thinks Arsenal are ahead of schedule after 5 years and 800 like $1 billion spent. You're definitely not ahead of schedule. This is where you're supposed to be. That's number one. You're literally where you're supposed to be. You can't like it's like me 4 years ago or 3 years ago going like we're ahead of schedule. Look at the team that Klopp inherited. By the way, way worse than the Arsenal team that Arteta. Way worse. Like the one that Klopp inherited, completely worse. Martin Skrtel. Shall I remind you of the players? Martin Skrtel.
You don't actually need to.
James Milner playing left wing. You know, you don't know nothing about pain. I saw pain. Trust me.
You know.
By the way, yeah. I could tell you. See that Stewart guy behind you? You see that Stewart guy behind you? He played for Liverpool from Hull.
Yeah.
You get me? Stewart, remember Stewart?
Yeah.
He played for us as well. You get me? So I've seen it. I saw it. By the way, if I were to make an Arteta first 11 versus Klopp first 11 combined 11, you would get about 9 players in there. The only one that probably starts is Coutinho, maybe. Coutinho was the only good player that Klopp inherited.
The first team that he had.
Yeah, the Klopp's first team was absolutely horrendous. I'll read it to you right now.
But you're speaking from an.
But I can't. My point is, regardless of how bad or worse, like whatever his first team was, right? Let's forget all that. My point is the following: is 7-8 years later, I can't come here and start saying, "Oh yeah, by the way, we're ahead of schedule because we started with Lucas Leiva, Moreno, Klein, Mignolet, Lallana." Like, that's not how this works. You have to be able to look at where you're at right now. Because guess what? Yeah, you did have a bad team when Arteta first took over. And even the Arteta haters will say that Arteta has taken you from position X to position Y. Now, the problem is getting over the line. That's the big difference here. That's the big issue here. You haven't gotten over the line. You know? Let's not forget, Arteta inherited the likes of Aubameyang, Lacazette. Ozil was there at the club, if I'm not mistaken. You see these three right there? These three right there are better than all the Liverpool team put together that Klopp inherited. Like, let's not do that. So that's why, for me, we can't keep looking at where someone started. You've got to address where he is right now. Like, where are you right now? I can't keep looking at the world. I have different expectations now than when I had 100 subs. I have different expectations of myself now than when I had 100 subs. When I had 100 subs, the expectations were different. I had 5 people watching and I was gassed. Now it's completely different. Now I look at the stream and, you know, there's a certain number that if I don't hit it, I'm like, shit, what did I do wrong? I've got to correct myself. So stuff changes. I can't keep looking at how I was 5 years ago and use that as the measuring stick. Yeah, you had Lacazette 5 years ago. Great. Now look at your team. You got the most complete squad in the whole league. So there are no excuses. That's the reality.
So after that monologue, are you saying that that I should expect Arsenal to win the league this season?
Yes.
So do I.
But you should have expected it last season and the year before as well.
We were competitive. Like, I expected us to be competitive last season. But I also expected Man City to blow everyone away. I didn't expect.
You have to expect to win trophies. When you're a big club, when you're Arsenal,
that's what means competitive.
You have to expect to win trophies.
That's what.
Actually, competitive and winning is not there.
Well, it is.
But I agree. No, I agree.
Compete means win. That's your.
How is competitive? How is competitive and winning is the same?
Yeah, but you know what though? You do have to say the fact. Even stuff like League Cup and FA Cup, the fact that we didn't get to a final in 5 years when with the team we had, it is kind of embarrassing, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what Henry said.
Like, forget about the Premier League, because we obviously know Premier League we were we've been competitive, but the other competitions we have not been competitive at all. We've been knocked out by teams who are far worse than us.
Europa League, Villarreal, come on, what are we doing here?
Exactly. Again, Tottenham are winning the Europa League, and Arsenal were there for how long and didn't win something? Again, that's why
they won it in the first year. No one drops down. We're not doing it.
Actually, I'm gonna tell you guys something. The fact that you cannot compare Arsenal and Spurs. Spurs have won 2 league titles in their lifetime, so it's not the same.
Of course,
it's not.
Actually, it's not us comparing them. You're missing Ad's point. It's not us comparing them. Paz, by his standards, is comparing them to Spurs
Huh?
because
Yes.
your logic is mad. You're
How?
saying 5 years.
By
Okay,
the
I'll
way,
tell
I'm
you.
gonna tell you.
No,
Go
wait,
ahead,
Mo. He asked me a question. How? What's the difference between what you just said and Pochettino's Spurs? Go ahead.
I don't really have the numbers to. They're not my club. You have to enlighten me on the numbers, and I'll tell you what I think about Pochettino.
Pochettino's Spurs finished second twice. Competitive.
And reach the Champions League final, not semi-final.
I think he did really well at Spurs. I think he overachieved at Spurs. If you look at, in contrast to their history, he overachieved.
I mean,
He
you
overachieved at Spurs because
one of those-
Spurs are a failed institution in general. Because
And what are
Spurs, no, you're not a failed institution.
You
That's
were
a
a
lie.
sleeping giant.
For the last 20 years, we have done nothing. So
Okay.
this is what I
Let me
don't get.
answer a great question that you asked
Absolutely
earlier. Right?
mad. I can't comprehend
great
what he's
question earlier,
saying, to
right?
be honest.
You said, how long should it take any team to sort of win a trophy or be like, at a point where like you're competing and you're winning big trophies, right? Majors, right? For me, it shouldn't take you 7 years. It shouldn't take you 5 years. Again, from scratch, you should be able to get there in 3 to 4 years, but really you can get there in 2-3 years. And we shouldn't be acting like it should take you 5 to 7 years. Again, I grew up as a Chelsea fan, so I guess it's different from me because if you don't win a league title, you get sacked, right? That's how I grew up. But again, it's not just Chelsea that did that, but it's also not just Chelsea that gave managers time and still won things within 2 or 3 years. So my point is how can somebody like Arsenal, a big club, big resources, big fan base, be going 3, 4, 5 years at a pretty decent level? The last 3 years you've been second, right? This season you're expected to win something major, if not be at this point for some people favorites. So at this point, why are we not expecting Arsenal to go and win something? How can you be ahead of schedule when you hardly reached any finals? With
the context
won the league, which other teams have done.
With the context you just said, cool. Take Arteta out of it. Let's look at Arsenal as a football club. You can say, "Oh, why is it taking 7 years?" But then why has it taken Arsenal as a football club to get back to being competitive?
Because other people failed before him. Other people failed.
That's the point I'm making.
Doing better than failures doesn't mean ahead of schedule.
That's literally the point I'm making. The point I'm making is, why is it taking the club to get here 20 years later? And you said we've had all these finances. Since Arsene Wenger, realistically, they didn't really back Wenger that much, to be honest. So until recently, when has a manager had the finances to go out and get top talent, as well as had the scenario? Arteta's had the scenario to get top talent for maybe 2 years at best. No, what top player was coming to Arsenal when we've just got into top 4? Or even the season after that?
Do you want me to answer that right now? Very simply. Do you want me to answer? Okay, to answer that, right? Again, you're looking at it from just the Arsenal lens. Arteta's done better than Emery, Blomberg, whoever else you did rubbish, right? Cool. There's been other teams who haven't needed the resources that Arsenal have been using lately, and even before that, who have still won things and done major things. Again, people
Liverpool, prime example.
outside of you can use Liverpool, but all right, you can actually look at people outside of England. Atletico Madrid, who are up against generational Barcelona, generational Real Madrid, were at least leaving with something. We saw Leverkusen defy the odds against Bayern Munich. My whole point is, why should Arsenal, who are a sleeping giant, now you've had resources, you've been a big team. You were a sleeping giant, but you have been a big team. You have players now. Why should it be like, oh, we're ahead of schedule when you won nothing? Because in that time,
and the other thing adds is as well.
I'm happy where we are.
You should expect more for yourself and your club. I'll be real.
You should.
Expect way more for your club.
I'm not playing. That's not for myself. I'm not playing.
I agree. I think,
but you're supporting them. You support Arsenal.
It's not for myself. It's not for myself.
I think with the talent we have more than enough to win the league and the Champions League, if we're being totally honest.
And at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
you
should be thinking like that. You should be.
I don't get Faz's logic. Like, do you have no expectations at all? Like, what is it?
Do I have what?
Do you have like no expectations at all?
My expectations, I think the league is an easier thing to have expectations of. The Champions League, you need a lot of things to go your way. Like the Champions League, there's a lot of variables. Over 38 games, I think now we have the platform to where I can say I expect us to win the league now, and which is what I do. But for me to say like we're going to win the Champions League,
you said you expect to win the league. So if you don't win the league, would you want your manager?
I'll be disappointed. No, that's just not my character. Like just be like, oh, he didn't win the league, get him out of it.
I would.
How many more years does he need? Because you said you're ahead of schedule, right? How many more years does a guy need with the money?
I think for me personally, this is the first season where I say if you didn't win it, you're taking a piss.
So we were okay last season. Like it's okay.
last season was
Nothing-
definitely okay.
Okay,
season to
okay,
win
okay.
nothing
You're
is
looking
okay.
at it. You're looking at this of the
Last
lens
season
where you're
we-
saying
come
I'm
on.
buzzing. We didn't win.
Come on,
That's
last
not
season
what I'm saying.
No, I'm not. I never say that. I
but
never
last
said
season
that.
we
And I
But
went
you
into
got-
last season thinking, oh, we've got a chance here. That's what I thought. We didn't win. I'm disappointed. I'm not telling you I wasn't disappointed.
Do you know
I'm not
that
telling
we
you-
put Arsenal as favourites last season? Me and the Liverpool guy, Osam.
That's fair.
I did.
yeah.
And you were
After
There's a-
IPAs and the summer, who did
Exactly.
predict
Make
Liverpool to win?
There's a lot.
Please.
There was a lot of people who did, but not a lot of people expected the injuries that happened to happen.
Excuses.
Yeah, but the
Excuses.
problem is, see, this is the issue.
You can say
You
say
guys want ideal scenario.
sorry. Someone's saying
You like-
excuses
you
right
can't
here.
skip it,
You can say excuses, but then Man City were also first in the league. Then Rodri gets injured, and they have the worst period that they've had under Pep Guardiola. It is you can
Actually,
say
Manchester
who
City
you
did
want.
not have just one injury. Manchester City had even more injuries than you. Number one. Number two, the reason why Pep Guardiola does get different energy because Pep Guardiola before last season won 6 and 7. If Arteta
Right,
won
so
6 and
injuries-
7, people would give him grace, but he didn't win.
I'm just stating a point. Like when teams have big injuries, it happens. You can expect to have not done as well. That's okay.
If a manager came into Arsenal now with this, let's say we got rid of Arteta and they came in,
But
My
man is
expectations-
passionate.
my expectations would be a lot way different because he's come in with a platform to win. Arteta did not come here with any platform to win. So let's say Pep came to Arsenal now, I'd be
Okay, so you're talking about
You're
year
thinking, I
one
need that
Arteta.
extra.
No, he's
Yeah,
not.
but you're being
Yeah, but
disingenuous.
he's saying this is year one Arteta. He's saying this.
No. You're talking about year one Arteta. Year one Arteta, we get it. Everyone is giving.
No. But I'm even talking. I'm not talking about year one Arteta. You're assuming I'm talking about. I'm saying.
Okay, so if you had Conte for the last 3 years, do you believe you have 0 league titles? Honestly,
To be honest. Yeah.
honestly.
I'm not gonna. I don't think you
Do
understand.
you genuinely not believe that Antonio Conte would have gotten
No,
I
over
don't,
the
I
line
don't, I
one?
don't
No
think-
way.
I don't think we had
No
the squad.
way.
I don't think we had
No
the squad.
way.
I don't think we had the
You
squad.
cannot use boring football as an excuse because you don't play entertaining now anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we've had the squad. I don't think
that's genuous. Because who plays interesting football then? Who actually plays interesting football?
Okay, that's a different debate. So do you both believe that Conte? So you both believe Conte wouldn't have won your league title for 3 years?
I don't
Conte
think
would not win it. No, for sure not. For sure
I'm
not.
sorry. I'm sorry. That's just crazy. That's
How
categorically
is that
crazy.
How is that crazy?
Because Conte won at Napoli after they finished 10th without Kvaratskhelia. Conte won at Inter Milan after Juve won for 10 years. Conte won at Juve. Conte won Chelsea's last league title. And Conte, even at a bum club like Spurs, dragged them from 12th to 4th. So what are we doing here?
12th to 4th. I'm sorry.
That is a great
What are you
achievement.
talking about,
for them
man?
at that day. That is a great.
Come on,
at that
man.
time.
That's a big achievement for a club like
Great
Spurs.
achievement for them.
A club like Spurs, that's a great achievement. They're a nothing club.
I don't know. I just think like I don't know. I think I'm just a bit more reasonable than what everyone else is. That's what I think.
I know.
You're a bit more reasonable, but you think you're ahead of schedule
no
after
way,
spending
there's no
1
way.
billion and 5 years with the same manager.
I think I'm real.
There's no
Ahead
way
of schedule is
I
crazy.
think I'm
You
reasonable.
ain't ahead of schedule.
I'm surprised you didn't have to spend 2 billion.
I think.
You're behind schedule actually.
I think from the minute.
That's your opinion, and I
You
respect
should have won something in the last 2-3 years. 100%. You should have
no,
won.
I think from the
I
minute.
respect your opinion.
I think from the
Should have
minute
won something.
Arsenal
You're not
Arsenal
ahead of schedule at all. You're not.
I think from the minute Arsenal got second in the league and then went out and bought Declan Rice, Havertz, and David Raya, and Timber all in one season. At that point, you have to be winning something. Like that's the point where we are
Thank
genuine.
Thank
When
you.
we genuinely should win something. So I'd say from 23-24 to now, we should have won something. So we've seen 2 seasons of failure, I would say. And then we're now in the 3rd season.
So, Paz, I want to ask you something, Paz. So, you don't think that any big club, you call Arsenal a big club, right? It's a big club. You're a sleeping giant. You don't think any big club, if a manager is getting the platform like Mikel Arteta and have time with the love of the fans and the love of the owners he's getting and the money, I'm not going to say win because win is different. You are where you're supposed to be, actually, not ahead of schedule, and you're supposed to win something. But now,
I think we're getting stuck on this ahead of schedule. So I'm gonna remove ahead of schedule. We're getting
So you
really,
take it
really
back,
stuck.
okay.
No.
so
I'm
he
not
takes
walking
it back. So yeah,
I think
okay, you
we're
got
getting
pressed
very-
enough.
He took it
I'm
back.
Pressed
thinking
enough.
that
You
I'm
took it
saying
back.
he's
خلاص.
overachieving.
1-0
I think he's
Osam.
doing. I think he's
1-0
doing.
ads. 1-0
I think-
ads. 1-0 Osam. They won.
Can I break it down?
Gegenpress work.
Can I answer the question? Can I answer it?
Well, I actually want to be
I
nice to
think
that.
my understanding of ahead of a schedule is different to yours. Like for me, I never thought we would ever be here. I never thought we would be here.
How would you never thought you would be here? Like,
I
how is
think
like
in
how?
2020
No, I understand
We've
what
never
he's
been here.
saying. None of you can relate. I can
There's
relate.
Arsenal fans,
Because
there's Arsenal
I
fans that
couldn't
are below 20
believe
telling me we should
where
win
we
it,
would be
and you've
when
never seen
Klopp
it.
first came in. But that idea runs off after a while. Meaning, before Jurgen Klopp, I wouldn't have dreamed of getting to Champions League finals and winning league title and having 98 points. Blah, blah. I get that point. But at some point in time, you're going to have to move on from what the manager first did because of what you have right now. I can't, 4 years into Klopp's reign, Champions League winner, 5th year, Premier League winner. So I can't in the 6th year go like, Klopp dragged us from the mud. It's not how it works because you got a different context right now. What's in front of us is the most complete squad in the league. Last season, you had a very good team. The year before that, you should have won it as well. You lost the league by 2 points. Has nothing to do with anything except you not being capable of.
I'm not arguing.
Did not beat Aston Villa at home. Had you beaten Aston Villa at home, you're league champs. Factually.
I'm not arguing with you that we are in a position to win the league. You keep coming back with that. I'm not disagreeing with that point. I'm saying I'm okay. Like, I'm not pulling my hair out at the fact that we didn't win the league last season. I'm disappointed. Like, people want me to just say Arteta out because he didn't win the league.
No, I'm not. I don't want you to say Arteta.
I think that's insane.
I'm just. How about the year before? How about the year before? No injuries.
Year before.
Yeah, the year before, no injuries.
First of all, there's no such thing as no injuries. Because the first year, by the way, you speak about buying Timber and we should have won the league. The guy got injured immediately. He got injured immediately, so there was no Timber, first of all. And secondly, that is the year after we've made our first year in the Champions League. That's the first year that thin squad has had to deal with all those fixtures. So if we won the league that year, I'll be like, this guy is the greatest manager of all time. If he won the league in his first year in the Champions League, bro, you'd be looking at this guy thinking, wow.
But we should have won it. We should have won it 23-24. We messed around at the beginning of the season, and then we're trying to do catch up at the end. You can't blame an Aston Villa game at the beginning of the season. I went to Arsenal Fulham. We were 2-1 up, and they had 10 men, and they managed to equalize at home. We were messing around at the beginning of the season. We dropped too many points at the beginning, and that one Aston Villa game wasn't the reason why. At the beginning of the season, we weren't good enough.
No, I'm not saying it's the reason. I'm just saying had you won that game, you would have been league champions.
Potentially.
So no, because you need to understand the reason why I'm saying that is the fact that Paz is insistent that they're ahead of schedule, which now he took back. So fair enough, because you're not ahead of schedule.
I haven't taken it back.
Every manager gets a certain amount of time. Like, okay, you used Amorim. I'll answer your question, no problem. Ruben Amorim right now at Manchester United. Ruben Amorim should get, in my opinion, if we're talking about like challenging, 2 years from now. So he was here the entirety of last season. He spent a lot of money. He rebuilt his whole forward line basically this year. So I expect if he is still the Man United manager 2 years from now, that he challenges. So I mean, my energy is the same for everyone. Maresca, if he's the Chelsea manager 2 years from now, he should be challenging. Same thing. So I'm not changing my energy towards anyone. What you need to understand is ahead of schedule is what Slot did last year. Comes in after Klopp, only signs just Chiesa and wins the league. That's called ahead of schedule. Ahead of schedule is not, I took my time. I rebuilt. I started the squad off from scratch. I got to this position. Now, the year where you were 8 points ahead, the Saliba year, you can ask more right now. I was one of the people that, even as a rival fan, I said, had Saliba not gotten injured, I believed Arsenal would have won the league. So now we gave you that leeway. Forget that season completely. It was your first year. The second year where you had 89 points, should have won it then. And by the way, that year, if you want to use the injury, if you want to use the injury excuse for last year, do you know that year where City got 91 points, they actually had way more injuries than you? Haaland was injured for a while. KDB was out for... People never mention this, by the way. The year where City got 91 points, KDB was out for 4 months, bro.
Exactly.
4 months KDB was
Context, they had a way bigger squad than us. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, if I've got 10 world-class players and 5 of them get injured, I've got 1 world-class player and I get 1 of them injured, my scenario is worse. My scenario is worse because it's my only one. Like,
but there's always going to be an excuse. But at the same time, while you're making excuses, other teams still win something.
If you lose, the only thing left is excuses. So, like, the only thing I can...
No, that's not. There's accountability.
You know what? You can say, cool, we lost to PSG, fair enough, whatever. But we should have beaten Newcastle, especially that first leg. We should have beaten them and got to the final.
You could have beaten
Maybe
us.
Villarreal, Olympiacos, whoever else you could mention. There's always these many situations. And if it's a one-off, maybe you can say it's excuses. But when there's a pattern of being decent but they're not getting over the line, you have to be accountable for what's not going right. Because again, if you keep making the same mistakes, you're gonna get the same results. That's how life works.
Greatness takes time, man. Greatness takes time, man.
Not 5+ years.
You come up, Paz, I noticed, bro. Yesterday,
challenging.
he comes up with these like great statements. Greatness take time. We are the whatever club. We
Yeah,
are.
it's been a long enough time.
I've just
Bro,
got faith in my club. I got faith in my club.
Yesterday,
faith in my manager.
where he said that we're the culture club or something like the elegant, some kind of shit. Like we are.
As we all have that one friend that's like been in the gym for 6 years and he's still.
But you know what though? I just think Arsenal have.
At some point in time, your body's gonna have to change.
Me personally, I just.
Bro, you love Arsenal too much.
I love it.
I'm really. By the way, just so you know, me and Mo don't want you to be Arteta out. Like no one is asking you to be Arteta out.
No, but
Support your club any way, shape, or form. Support your club
Up
any
to
way,
you,
shape,
bro.
or
I'm
form.
not celebration. I'm not Jimmy.
Let me actually say something. I actually think it's way more difficult to be positive than negative. Because if you're I'll tell you why. All the Arteta outers at the end of the year will just go like, I got it wrong. Yay, we're league champions. Very simple, very easy. Well, one stream. No, I got it wrong, guys. He got us over the line. Done. If you're positive, you back your club. That's refreshing. So I have no problem with you being Arteta M. The only thing I had the problem with is you saying you're ahead of schedule. That's the crazy.
That's
bit.
the only thing, to be honest. That was like, we're like, I am happy where we are now. Is where I am kind of little bit.
I think even JG didn't agree with you there.
I don't agree with him. No, there's no way. There's no way.
Yeah, you can.
I think after the 23,
I'm extremely happy.
I think we should have won.
Now let's talk about the football. Now we got the Arteta in, Arteta out, our system. Now we're going to talk about the football. Now let me do the super chat before we actually talk about the football. I laughed. Compare the teams Arteta and Klopp inherited. Klopp won. So we are saying he overachieved. 5th full season, Klopp won 2 big ones. Arteta, nada. Actually, Redline Taranga sent me both teams on Twitter, actually.
The Liverpool team is way worse. Don't even try.
Bro, to be honest with you, about Xhaka would start, probably Torreira would start, Ozil would start.
See all this toxic squad, they'd start for us, bro.
I'm going to tell you other thing. Socrates would start, Saka would start, Luis would start, Leno would start. Fucking had fucking Manuole.
Hey, send me the teams that line.
That was the context of now. Remember what Saka.
Hey, watch this. Okay, wait. Let's no context now. No, wait.
Actually, can I say the people that would start?
Momo, stop.
Yeah,
We can put ads in the middle. Ads, you hate both clubs equally. You are gonna be the judge, okay?
I need to hear the lineup, innit?
Okay, I'm gonna
put them right
player by player. Stop.
Sure.
So Mignolet.
I'm gonna send it to him.
No, it's very easy. I'll just read the player in position. You choose one. Mignolet or Leno?
It's close. I'll probably go Leno.
Okay. Moreno or Saka?
Left back. Well, yeah, Saka, yeah.
Okay. Mamadou Sakho or David Luiz?
My game.
I don't even need to answer that. Come on. So it's 3-0.
3-0, Luiz. Okay. Socrates or Martin Skrtel?
Hold on.
Wait. Let him say his opinion. We'll debate after. Let him speak. He's the neutral. You need to understand. He hates both our clubs. He has no reason to be. Like any tribalistic. Okay. Socrates or Martin Skrtel?
Okay. Outfield right now is a clear 3-0. Goalkeeper was close. Outfield so far it's not close. I'll be honest. So it's 3-0.
Okay. Socrates wins. Okay. 4-0. Maitland-Niles right back or Nathaniel Klein?
Nathaniel Klein, to be honest.
Klein. Great. Okay. Torreira or Lucas Leiva?
Torreira was getting compared as better than Kante at the time. People forget that. So
Thank you. Torreira wins. I agree. Emre Can or Granit Xhaka?
I think it's close, actually, at that time. I genuinely think it's close. At that time, I would pick Emre Can.
Actually, you know what? Because Xhaka, at that time, he got better afterwards. So I would actually go Can as well.
Okay. Ozil or Adam Lallana?
Ozil.
Can you let add stock?
Yeah, let me. Because the ones I was going to say, you've actually agreed with. But yeah, Ozil.
Ozil. Oh, okay, great. James Milner right wing or Reece Nelson right wing?
Milner.
Okay, no problem. Coutinho or Aubameyang?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I would probably find a way to start Coutinho and Aubameyang over the other.
Okay,
two,
no
right?
problem. So let's bin off Origi and Lacazette. Let's just play Coutinho left wing and Aubameyang.
No. Let's Ben Milner and Reece Nelson and start Aubameyang and Coutinho with Ozil.
Okay, so up top we're going Lacazette or Origi.
أكيد Lacazette. Yeah.
Lacazette.
Okay, so this is the Liverpool. So it's Mithalian, Clyde, and Emre Can in the combined 11. What are we doing?
And Coutinho.
And Coutinho started.
Yeah, and Coutinho. Three out of 11. So
Maybe you can the goalkeeper, but that's it really.
bro, I would
I
take
think
Leno
so.
over
Please,
Leno
the
now
crowd-
over Mignolet back then.
No, but
Stop.
hold on. Arsenal had another guy on the bench. This Pepe on the bench as well. Forgetting
Nicolas
Pepe
Pepe on the bench as well.
Hold on. They got Tierney on the bench as well. So that's Tierney, another left back on the
Kieran
bench.
Tierney.
They got Bellerin as well.
hear
Arsenal.
Hendo once. I didn't hear Hendo once, by the way. Didn't hear him once.
Oh no, that's great. Can I tell you Liverpool's bench against Spurs
Or
club first
Firmino.
game?
Didn't hear
No,
Firmino.
watch this.
Actually,
this is
you're
our bench.
I didn't hear
Firmino.
Firmino either.
Okay, great. He's making good points, Osam. You gotta give him that.
What did he say? Henderson and who?
Firmino.
Didn't hear Lovren. Didn't hear Lovren.
Lovren is not better than the ones you had. I'm sorry.
No, Levran was better than the ones they had.
You're missing Socrates. You don't forgot what Socrates was.
Lovren was
You
before
forgot-
Van Dijk was
what I'm
getting
saying. You
abused
left
every
out
week.
loads of players. You left out loads of players, first of all.
I
Big
didn't. I just said the
Firmino,
first 11.
some would argue the key to Klopp's squad. That's who you're leaving out. Like,
Okay,
Come on,
when
we
did
need to
Arteta
do
join?
squad.
When did Arteta join Arsenal? You wanna do this?
and you
Regardless.
pick Saka over Marino.
You wanna
Okay, wait,
when did
when
Arteta when did
Arteta join Arsenal? When?
January
Even if-
2020. January 2020. Exactly.
So 2019, 2020 is when Arteta joined, right?
Yeah, that squad. He inherited
Okay.
that squad.
When did Klopp join Liverpool?
October 2015.
Yeah.
Okay, so 15, 16 Liverpool squad. Oh, we're doing this because I'm not. He doesn't even know who was on Liverpool's bench. You know who was on Liverpool's bench for that game?
No. We
Adam
gotta get the
Watson.
squads.
I'm looking
Paulo
it up
Toure,
right now.
Conor
Let's look it up.
Randall,
Let's
Joe
look it up.
Allen. No problem. We can do this all day. All day.
Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it.
Oh yeah,
because
we're
also,
completely doing it.
Like,
'Cause-
let's have it
Wait,
right.
wait. I'm gonna do this properly now. Is that the
Come on.
season? Okay, so 15, 16. Yep, that's the year where we got to the Europa final with Klopp. Here, I've got the squads open up on Wikipedia. 2019-20, that's where Emery got sacked and he won the FA Cup. Yep, that's the year.
Redline
right there.
Teranga, to be honest, you got way worse than your $499. This is like we have been on the squads for 15
Okay.
minutes.
You
You
wanna-
caused this Teranga. Redline, you caused this shit.
Okay, he's saying, watch this, Mo. You wanna know how bad it gets for him? He doesn't realize he just made it way worse for
Yeah, I'm
himself.
put the quotes on the screen.
Wait,
عادي.
he said I left out Henderson, right? He left out Danny Ceballos, El Nani, Kieran Tierney, Hector Bellerin, Henrik
Who did you
Mkhitaryan,
Did you
Rob
think he
Holding,
didn't play just now?
Cedric Suarez, Mustafi, Callum Chambers, Pablo Mari,
You haven't
Reece
named any good
Nelson,
players.
Emi Martinez. You okay? You want to go through it? Oh, we'll go
None
through
of
it.
those players were good that you just named.
Some of them
Great.
players at
None
the
of
start,
them were
some of them
good.
at the start would have started in that 11.
Okay,
but
here you go.
Emi
Here you go.
Martinez and Tierney.
I'm gonna
Tierney-
load it up on the
Tierney starts at
screen.
left back.
Great.
I'm gonna load it up on the screen.
Tini was
Here you go.
our best player, to be fair.
This right here is the 1920 Arsenal squad. Here, no bullshit. You guys can see it completely. 2019, 2020. This is the list of players. Leno, Bellerin, Tierney,
also,
and Lenny.
I may add, by the way, he was injured when we signed Kieran Tierney, by the way, so he
Okay.
didn't come in.
Ozil, Torreira, Aubameyang, Maitland-Niles, Holding. Like, even if you scroll down, you find the likes of Guendouzi, Kolasinac, Emil Smith-Rowe. you get
Lassinac was
me,
horrible, and Emil Smith-Rowe was injured all the time.
No problem. Now, let's do the same thing. Now we do Liverpool. Okay? He doesn't even realize he made it worse for
I
himself.
don't think Arsenal's
He
squad is
literally
better.
made it worse for himself without realizing. Okay?
No,
Liverpool.
that's your opinion.
No problem. No problem.
all of the
Okay, I'm
people you named
loading it up. Here, we can judge it together. Goalkeepers, Mignolet, Bogdan, Danny Ward. Defenders, Klein, Jose Enrique, Colo Toure, Lovren, Gomez, Sacco, Moreno, Cocker, Ilori, Skirtle, Flanagan, Brad Smith, Conor Randall. Okay?
I don't think
Midfielders.
that's terrible.
Milner, Coutinho, Henderson, Lallana, Lucas, Emre Can, Joe Allen, Brannigan, Ibe, Stewart. That's the guy I was talking about that you have his shirt.
I'm
Kent,
aware.
Rossiter, Joao Teixeira, I don't even, Shea Ojo, Pedro Chiravella. Up top, Benteke, Firmino, Sturridge, Origi, Ings, and Jerome Sinclair. If anyone objectively is going to claim, genuinely now, all jokes aside, I'm very capable of being objective about any conversation. If anyone would claim that the Arsenal squad is not way better than the Liverpool squad, you're just being completely disingenuous.
It actually just isn't. Though.
It's literally completely.
You are looking at it with the context. I don't think you paid attention enough to the Arsenal squad, and that is the reality. I don't.
What do you
and
mean? I'm looking at it with
and
the
their results of the teams at the time, they're not far away from each other. Liverpool was finished. Where was Liverpool finished?
We finished 8th.
And where did we finish?
We finished 8th in a worse Premier League.
We finished
8th in a worse Premier League.
We finished 8th.
We finished 8th the season Leicester won the league, where everyone fell off. Do you know how bad that is?
But we finished 8th.
Yes,
So
we finished 8th the year Leicester won the Premier League.
It's the same positioning. 8th.
In a worse season. Do you understand the difference?
Let's
I'll explain to you the difference. The year where Leicester won the Premier League.
I can't lie, Paz, man. Just give it. Bro.
I'm not giving it. I just disagree immensely. I disagree immensely. I couldn't.
You can go player for player. We can do anything you want. There is no way you'll win this argument.
I just
no
couldn't
way.
disagree more. I watch both teams a lot. I could just
starting 11, you won 8-3. You want to go squad depth? It gets way worse.
That's your opinion.
Emi Martinez or Adam Bogdan?
We've gone
even without context.
Emi Martinez at that time hadn't even played first team football.
Even without context, think about it 10 years ago.
Yeah, I'm the only person here that
can. Let me just break up the beef and yo, man, chill. You said enough. I love how petty this got. This is extremely petty. I love it.
It's went to like a really low.
Put a poll in the chat and let the chat decide on it at this point.
This went to a really like low level of players that I don't want to see again. Fucking weird, bro. This went to players, bro. Some of the players at Liverpool, I kind of forgot that they played football. Not for Liverpool, played football completely.
Just put a poll on Twitter. Which squad was better when Klopp joined and when the person won our title joined? Because
actually, that's a very good. Can we do the? Let's do these super chats. Get them over with because we need to talk about something else completely. Arsenal celebration by October and table shirts by Christmas, and then Hussam can continue this and what?
Oh, celebrating in October, crying in May. The Arsenal way.
Brilliant.
Hussam and Mo check DMs to compose both 11s. Thank you, Fridlan Taranga. We just did it. Marco Habibi, Mo, what would be your starting 11 and positions for Liverpool? You disagree on Wirtz at left wing 100%, but where would he play? Who gets dropped? McAllister? Hussam gave his fix, but in my opinion, it doesn't fix the holes in the middle.
The holes in midfield. When I'm saying we need to play Gravenberch where he was last season, that alone in itself fixes an immediate hole.
Marco, I'm going to tell you the reality is not only about names, it's about the coach's instructions to players. Like, listen, I can play the best starting 11 in the world, but if I tell the striker to be outside the 18 all the time and the midfielder to play right wing and the center backs to be away from each other, it doesn't work. It's not about the names. Listen, Badiashile and Achimpong completely looked so good because the coaching was good at that game and the players around them looked good. It's all about the tactics, and the coaching is part of the drill. I think that McAllister should be dropped. That is my opinion currently. And it should be Szoboszlai and Gravenberch in the DMs. And I think actually currently, maybe Salah should be dropped and Chiesa to start. That is what I think. And I'm Egyptian. And Egypt just qualified for the World Cup, guys. So
because Salah scored twice. He got to the World Cup 2 times.
By the way, has anyone, we need everyone to remember this, that Egypt never qualified twice in the World Cup in the modern era until Salah played for Egypt. But yes.
Who would you play right back? Just a question.
For me, Gomez.
100%.
100%.
Right back for who?
For Liverpool.
No, I would play Frimpong right back.
Who?
Gomez and Salah, you would destroy that right hand side.
Do you like Conor Bradley or no?
No, I like Frimpong more.
He's not a right back. He's not a right back.
Who?
I'm okay. More.
Frimpong is not right back, guys. Okay.
Right wing back can play right back. Let's not.
Not if they are a right wing.
Right back can't play right back, bro. We need to put the fries on the bag. Roberto Carlos is the biggest left wing back in history. He played left back.
No, not true. Not true. You just say shit.
Marcelo's not a left wing back. Look at the screen right now.
No,
Tell them
no,
Marcelo's
you-
not a left wing back.
Marcelo is a left back. No, he's not a left wing.
Oh my God, Marcelo got abused every week in La Liga.
No, he
Every
didn't.
week he got
No, he didn't. What you
You don't even know nothing.
By the way, you started yelling now and screaming, and I know that you don't want people to hear my opinion. Simply, guys, I'm gonna state my opinion and then get over with it. Basically, there is a difference between a right back and a right wing back playing there. Frimpong is a right winger converted to be a right wing back. So that's why to go to right back is even harder. He's originally a right winger. So that is the reality, guys. But maybe
When I watch him play, he looks like Sterling, but Sterling now.
he's a right winger. Yes, he's a right winger converted under Xabi Alonso to be a right wing back. Now, do you want him to play right back? I'm not ruling out that he can be a right back. But currently, if imagine Arsenal's defense is wide open, and then Arteta goes and play Martinelli at left back. I'm like, hey, he played left wing back before. They're like, bro, what the fuck is this?
Every right back is either a failed winger or a failed centre back. So
That's a fact. No, that's a fact though. That's a
like,
fact.
so what?
I'd
rather go failed winger because that's what
to
he
win.
can create or something. Yeah, exactly.
But he's not a failed winger.
Who are Arsenal's
He is a
fullbacks?
field winger. No, he is a
Centre-back.
field winger. He is. He's a field winger.
Actually, I would actually say that the right backs lately have been more of centre backs or central midfielders lately.
But no, yeah, but the point is, when you come
Actually, in a lot of
no,
places, fullbacks in a back four have been center backs or midfielders converted to right backs and left
Yeah,
backs.
Or wingers
I
as well.
promise you, if you asked them when they started up front in the youth system.
Yes.
Bro,
It's
in the
what-
youth system, brother, you're talking about the youth system. Everyone goes to the youth system.
Yeah, but that's
and
what
a
he's
player
doing.
forward.
That's what he's
A player forward.
That's what he's
I
doing.
I disagree with you.
Trying to play left back this summer. Ait Nouri.
Yeah.
You're gonna act
He has
like
been-
Ait Nouri is not a failed
He
winger?
has been playing a left back for a
Yeah,
while.
yeah,
right?
yeah,
This
yeah.
is-
left back or left wing back? Don't lie. What do Wolves play? 5 at the back. Thank you.
Yeah, Habibi, it's different than being a winger converted to a left wing back. Now you want to play him at right back. I don't know how hard is it. Do I
Okay,
need to
so
say
Ait
like
Nouri-
50
where did
times?
Ait Nouri play at Wolves?
Left
wing back.
wing back.
Okay, where did Frimpong play at Leverkusen?
Right wing back, but his defensive attributes are non-existent.
Tomato. Oh, wow.
Yeah, Habibi, his defensive attributes are non-existent.
Non-existent. What did you tell us about Trent every time he was here?
I thought you bought him to play right back. I thought you.
I
bought him.
take it.
You didn't buy Frimpong to play right wing. You didn't buy him to play right wing. You're just playing right back and let him get ripped a bit. Let's have a look.
Anyway, Mike here is saying ahead of schedule is far. If he wins it this season in his 6th year, I think he's on schedule. We weren't just finished on the pitch. We were just finished on the pitch, off the pitch as well.
Facts.
Well, how were you finished off the pitch?
Let's not do this again. Let's not do this again. Let's not do this again. Let's not do this again.
Like how, Mike? You were finished off the pitch. How?
Do this again. Let's not do this again.
How? You weren't finished off the pitch. You weren't. This is what you guys like to say to yourself.
Please.
The year is 2035 and Arteta is ahead of schedule, guys.
This guy's funny.
Mike is like, not an ideal scenario because this year we have plenty of injuries. City didn't have more injuries. They had 30 plus injuries, Arsenal. No team is winning. It hasn't happened. He's Arsenal fan. He's saying it never happened.
The year where City won the league against you, 91-89, they had way more injuries.
Big up Mike. Big up Mike Watts.
Mike is
Big up
back
Mike.
in his
Agree with
club.
Baz. Big up.
Conte ain't beating that Prime City for Pete. Sorry.
Agreed.
Conte ain't beating that prime 4 Pete. You see, the City fans exist in their own bubble. Bro, Arteta was 8 points ahead of them the first year, and Arteta could have beaten them by 2 points difference if he just beat Villa at home. So this bullshit exists in your mind. Put the fries in the bag, please. Liverpool, by the way, I want to talk about injuries. Liverpool had the squad decimated, and we were top of the league. And then Doku did sweet chin music to McAllister. We didn't get a penalty. So put the fries in the bag immediately.
Travis and Osam, Klopp took over a team, one Gerrard slip away from a title. Arsenal hadn't challenged since 2008.
That's a complete lie. Complete lie. Because the team
That's a fantastic
No,
super
that's
chat.
not a great
Fantastic
point.
super
No,
chat.
that's not a great point.
Elite take.
Okay, elite take. Name. Where was Gerrard when Klopp take over? LA Galaxy. Where was Suarez when Klopp take? Where was Suarez when Klopp? See, he's interrupting because he knows he got cooked. So where was Suarez when Klopp took over? Barcelona. Where was Sterling when Klopp took over? Manchester City. Now what? The
I
whole
thought it was
team
a good
wasn't
take.
even there.
I thought it was a good
It
take.
wasn't one Gerrard slip away from a title because Rodgers stayed another year.
One slip
Rodgers
it
stayed
all
another
it
year.
takes. One slip all it takes.
That was very press resistant. That was very press resistant. I rate that.
Yeah, very good. To be honest with you, that's a very good response.
Yeah, you only got Firmino
Stop
after
if your
that.
club
Got
is
what?
not a bum and has a Champions League. Oh, come on, Z, you're doing this all the time. I got 3 though.
Put your hand down. Put your hands down.
PH14, you all are comparing peaks versus who they were at the times. Old
Facts.
Luis, old Socrates, uninterested Ozil at that
Facts.
time. No one thought Arsenal could win anything.
Facts.
Can I
Context,
actually disagree with this
everything.
take a little bit? I actually think at that I remember that time when Emery took over. I think he was at Villarreal or Sevilla before Villarreal, and he was winning. People really thought that he would take Arsenal to the glory days.
Yep.
Who's people? Who's
Journalists, pundits, TV, NBC, like
We did-
NBC here.
We did
Like,
this though.
I remember I remember that time, bro. When you watching
We
TV
were
with
doing
us.
that. Under Emery, we were doing that and going further and further.
Everyone on FTV thought that you were going to win the league as well.
When Emery took over, you guys don't remember when Emery took over, people thought that he's now gonna take Arsenal to the promised land. Don't lie, bro. Don't lie. Now you're lying.
Hold
bro.
on.
Now you're lying.
One of you, I don't know which one of you said. One of you said people said Emery was going to win the league. I want to know who it was. Which one?
I
of you
said
said?
Everyone on
You said
FTV thought that.
That
Everyone on
is
FTV
that is one of the most
You
disgusting
can't,
things. in the world.
you can't use
Disgusting.
can't use
They
AFTV
said it
as
on
a
FTV.
general.
So one person on AFTV, after drinking 100 beers, came on the mic and said we're going to win the league, and now everyone thought we was going to win the league.
Like, saying someone said it on AFTV is rage bait, man. That has to
He's rage baiting. This is trolling at its highest. He's trolling.
Hey JG, you want to know something? Let me tell you something. I love you guys as partnership as Arsenal fans. JG is like Busquets, you know, evades the press and everything. Paz is like Declan Rice, falls for every rage bait. Like this.
No, do you know what I am?
Zero press resistance.
I'm running through.
Falls for every
I'm
statement I make.
running
You know,
through the
just like
center back. Everything.
fishing. I've gone fishing. You get me.
Like, seriously, it's actually very true, you know.
Yeah, it
Everyone
doesn't
needs
matter.
to be
Like
addressed.
Paz is like any like poking
Any
Arsenal.
word
He's
that
like,
Paz is
any
not letting
poke,
nothing
you
slide.
just poke Arsenal. He's like, what's going on here? Why is everyone talking to us?
I'm sick of it.
Big up JG, man. Press resistant. Big up JG, man. Big
Not
up.
press resistant. He's just passive.
I'm not passive. I'm not passive.
Don't buy. That was a joke. Don't buy.
No, I'm just gonna say this right now. If
How are you telling him to don't buy? You've been
somebody
biting for the last
One
hour.
second, one second. If somebody says that Arsenal's squad, that Arteta inherited, was better than Liverpool's squad, bro, they're right. What can I say? I mean, they're not wrong.
I hear your opinion.
Thank you.
They're not wrong. That's
This
the
man
answer.
thinks his team was worse. I had to watch a guy nicknamed the Welsh Jaffe.
Joe Allen.
Joe Allen, yeah.
Ah.
You want to know where Joe Allen went? Stoke.
Great
What?
ball recycler. Great ball retention.
What? He said
What?
Joe Allen was good. He said Joe Allen was good.
Yeah,
Nah, this is fucking weird.
Hold on. Are the only best players
fucking
are
weird.
See?
Hold on. Are we saying that I can't say a player's good because he wasn't like Champions League level? Joe Allen was a good player, bro. Tidy player.
Was average.
Yeah, tidy. I didn't say he was a well.
Do you think Ricky Lambert was a good striker because he had like a 20 goals?
Say that again.
Ricky Lambert.
Ricky Lambert is a specialist, mate. Specialist.
All right then.
Specialist.
Off the pitch, we were definitely worse.
I don't just appreciate top level players. I appreciate players on the spectrum. I appreciate champ level players. I don't just say because you're not a world beater that you're just crap. That's not the way I look at the game.
Arsenal squad was really bad. I'm not going to disagree with that. Our squad was terrible, but
Yeah, I agree as well.
Liverpool
Ours
was worse.
It's a very good debunk. Ozil was benched at Fenerbahce after Socrates and Luis had contracts run out. Pepe cancelled. Mustafi.
No, our squad was sick.
Bellerin,
You really
ACL,
wanna play
Ternisic.
that
No,
game?
squad was shit.
Our squad was the
You
best.
really want to? No,
Can we
wait,
move
Paz,
on
Paz,
from this?
Paz,
No,
The
we
poll
gotta
will
move
come
on
out. The
from
poll
this
will
shit.
come
Oh
out.
my god!
Paz, let me respond.
I'm not even talking.
You wanna know what's funny about this whole thing? You wanna play that game? Joe Allen went to Stoke City Martin
Me?
Skrtel went to the Turkish league. Sacco retired. Shall I say? Keep going.
You know this
You
ain't
want to
my
talk about where they went after
Bro,
Liverpool?
You know this is
Oh,
my
it's dark. It
You know
gets
that-
real
Can't lie,
dark.
Mo,
Just so we're clear.
hey,
Some
Judge
of
Mo,
those
Judge
Liverpool
Mo,
players are
on the
playing
law.
for
Oh,
Yeovil
brother.
Town.
So Sam, guys, so Sam is playing an amazing game. He's biting on Declan Rice. He's making Declan Rice bite on everything. But I'm focused. We
Does he
got
call him Paz Declan Rice now?
Does
Does he call him Paz Declan Rice?
We got to talk about Liverpool.
He's not.
We have
playing
to-
as
Let's super chat.
Come on.
It's not about comments,
As we usually say facts to factual takes, bro. Not your opinion. It's not
Paz
an
getting-
opinion.
I can't let you pass getting.
Don't add on-
By the
don't add
way-
on your opinion. Don't
By
add
the
on to it.
way, Arsenal won 2-1 versus Newcastle. That is your opinion, bro. That is your opinion. It's only your opinion.
Everything is opinion. Everything is opinion.
I love when Paz. I love when
That's
Paz
the
take a step back and go like, "I respect your opinion. Like, I'm not gonna talk anymore." And then you make one statement after, and he's like, "What?" He's like,
You see me.
Anyway, let's talk about actually.
Just cut the passing lanes. It's fine. Just screen for now. It's okay.
Can we now talk about
Let's not have a conversation then.
the Caicedo
Super
thing?
chat.
Done. Finished.
Beautiful.
Finished.
Here you go. No, put him in the middle. Go ahead, Judge. Go ahead.
Not
You
me,
don't want
Habibi.
us
He's
to
the
laugh with each
one.
other? You don't want
No,
us to
yeah.
laugh with each other. You don't want us to speak.
Yeah,
I
Habibi.
love working with. This is my first time working with Paz and JG. It's been a great conversation. Why you want to sit here be
about
fucking depressed?
Ads.
Let us
What did
laugh,
I tell
bro.
you? What did I tell you? He had you on the channel. He didn't want to invite you again because he didn't
know.
like you.
No, he's been ducking.
It's
Ads,
very
Ads,
obvious, bro.
Ads,
It's very obvious, bro.
You're a truth speaker. Tell him, did I not invite you multiple times and you were busy at work? Be honest.
That's true. That's
So you've
Thank
been.
you.
I also feel like you have been deflecting this, Sean. You're ready to like sort of just pass it all on to Paz, put the smoke there, and not talk about Liverpool, who have just gone second place
But
in the
that-
league.
first
We've
of all,
got 2 weeks of internationals.
See, Hossam, I'm out, guy.
Everyone
I'm
is
here.
Football
Everyone is. Every single pod is all. I ain't seen one football show that people don't talk about Arsenal. You,
Don't lie.
everyone's
Yesterday.
obsessed with us.
Don't lie. No, don't lie. Yesterday, it was an hour,
You
an hour
did not know
30
you
minutes.
were
Yeah, Habibi. An hour, 10 minutes yesterday. We spent it only on Liverpool in the beginning of the show. You remember?
And Arsenal kept getting wormed into it. Every
we
single
didn't.
subject you
Because
were.
you're in a title race with us. When we mention Liverpool, who are we supposed to mention?
Okay, ads
Brighton?
has to read the comment. Okay, ads.
Chelsea is right
Winner
there.
of this week.
He's right there.
See, this is techie because I didn't
That's
want to
not
have
below
to
board.
start with this because I'm a man of principle, right? I like to lead with respect, and I like to talk about the fact that Liverpool are champions. Again, they were a great team. That lineup that we saw is great, and that's why a lot of people are like, they've been DMing me. My phone's been popping off this whole time. You know this phone here with the World Champions case, right? That's been popping up the whole time because people are out for blood. People thought I was going to turn up here in a chef suit with a chef hat, ready to cook, stir fry, barbecue, season, then marinate this guy over here, because there's been some outrageous statements. And again, we will get into that Caicedo chat and the shin kicker allegations. We will get into that. But I want to start with a question, right? Because again, I like to lead with respect. And that Liverpool lineup, I can't lie, I saw that lineup and I thought, you know what? This team should beat Chelsea. It should be a team without their best attacking player. It should be a team with so many injuries, with their 5th and 6th choice centre back starting that game and ending with, I think, our 9th and 10th choice centre backs, maybe, if that. I mean, I don't want to see Hato playing right centre back. I don't want to see Reece James, one of the best players in the world, playing centre back, but it happened. So my question, right? I want to know how surprised.
It just went over your head, guys. He said Reece James is one of the best players in the world. It just went over your
but
head.
it shouldn't go. They should know.
I'm
Anyways,
just putting this out
Who?
anyways, it's fine. No.
there. I'm telling you, it went over your head, bro.
Who?
I'm telling you, it went over your head.
Anyways, let's look in, right? Let's look in, bro. So my question
Reece
is,
James. He said
I
Reece James
want
is
to
one of the
know.
best players in the world.
It doesn't matter. I want to know how surprised for Sam is, because again, 70 minutes into that game, I could have predicted that it would be competitive, because again, all Chelsea Liverpool games are very competitive, right? But at that point, knowing my club, knowing that right now we have inexperienced players who bottle big games and not win enough big games, right? I want to know how surprised Hussam was, seeing that Liverpool is pretty much their best team, bar the goalkeeper, who again, their goalkeeper, not great at the feet, but very good goalkeeper and had a very good game. I know Ekitike starting, right? Cool. Other than that, that was Liverpool's best team, the most balanced midfield that dominated the league last season, the best 2 centre-backs, the new shiny left-back, the same guy who pocketed Mbappe, Conor Bradley, the amazing Conor Bradley, cool. How come that team, in the last 20 minutes against an injury-strict Chelsea team without our best attacker, not only got outplayed, not only got outfought, not only barely had a corner and was having their goalkeeper make save after save after save, we also hit the post as well. How did that happen to this Liverpool team? How? I want to know how, and then we ended up winning. How did that happen? So I want to know, how surprised were you, Hassan? And also, how concerned are you by that result?
I'll answer the
I'd
question.
love to know that answer.
Listen, I think we're completely ahead of schedule. This is Slot's second season in charge of
Let's
Arsenal.
not be shameless. Let's not be shameless.
We are in phase 2. We're in phase 2. You get me? We're ahead of schedule. There's still phase 2. We on the league phase 1. You get me? No, I'm just joking. I think the real question we have to ask is Ads' horrendous take on the stream yesterday, where he said this year will end and Caicedo will be recognized as the best footballer in the whole league. That's the worst take I heard in YouTube history. Worst take I heard in YouTube history.
We're not doing that.
Ads looked at the camera and said, Caicedo, Paz, wait, Paz, you even will listen, you even will agree with what I'm saying.
It does, no. It's not about agree. He will agree, and that's fine.
Caicedo will end the year as the best footballer in the league.
You were a man of principle. I asked you a straight question.
Footballer in the league.
Never.
He ain't even the best footballer at his own club.
Are you that concerned you won't win the league? Are you that concerned?
Anyway, as I was saying, you get me? Yes, it's shocking. We of course should have beaten Achimpong and Reece James playing centre back. It was horrendous, to be honest with you. Completely horrendous. Like, the performance was unacceptable by the players, by the manager. I think he needs to find out solutions, and he needs to find solutions quickly because we have way too much talent to be playing as shit as we were. Specifically over the last 3 games, I think people want to like just blame one individual. I think it's not fair. I think first of all, I think Slot is the one that's responsible for the last 3 games. Just from a structural, tactical perspective, we're just not doing what's expected to us to do right now. Specifically with the midfield being left open, you saw even in the game. All it took is just one Sanchez long ball, and then Garnacho was 1-on-1 with a defender. That's just unacceptable. I don't care if you want to do a high press. Okay, the high press exists with a brain. You can't just high press like an idiot. You know, so that's the biggest problem for me. I think we've had an issue in terms of the way that we've performed, and some of the players as well individually had shocking performances. But we should have beaten Chelsea. I think if Slot just used the correct tactics and the correct players, we would have beaten Chelsea. I think he's putting all the wrong combinations with each other, playing Isak without Verts, playing Ekitike with Frimpong right wing, just everything that he's supposed to do correctly, he's not. But I think he will figure it out because he has a lot of credit in the bank.
Did you hear what he said, Ad? He said if we put the right tactics, we just would have beaten Chelsea.
Yeah,
dismissing 100%. What Chelsea have done completely. Like
if
he's
we
like
have the correct player, let me tell Ad my take because he didn't hear it. If we had the correct players out there and the correct tactics, we would have won that game. That just because of who you had at the back, Achimpong and Badiashile playing at centre back. That alone, now Sanchez goal need to be peppered, but we didn't even pepper it. He didn't make a save.
Isn't that a big problem? The fact that you said if you had the right players and the right tactics, you would have won. The fact that you didn't.
If Arsenal had Erling Haaland in 23-24, they would have won the league, actually.
Now you're doing a crazy hypothetical.
No, because I'm just saying. The fact that you're saying you had the tools and you should have had the tactics to win and you didn't. Isn't that quite concerning? Because we could say that for other games. Newcastle came back twice versus Liverpool with 10 men. Liverpool have been absolutely terrible this season. I know they've obviously shown their quality at the end with their clinical finishing, but stats don't lie. They have not been good this season, and I know you're concerned by that.
Stats lie all the time.
Yeah, I am. That's what I'm saying. Performances need to get better. Even before the game, I said actually told Mo, because I'm not just focusing on results. I said if we pepper Sanchez's net, but we lose 1-0 from like a set piece or something, that's different than what happened.
That's why they're underdogs, Liverpool. That's why Liverpool are the underdogs this season.
Let's not even do underdogs. I hear what Hassan's saying, right? I hear what he's saying. There's a lot of pressure, not even pressure. Like the manager needs to pattern up, right? Again, the manager, people.
Yeah, I agree.
Hearing Liverpool fans say that, he won off of like Klopp muscle memory, all that. I don't want to entertain that because for me that's just nonsense, right? Slot is a very good manager. He did great last season. That was amazing, right? And he has credit in the bank. So let's see what he does, right? And I agree that most of that is on Slot the start to the season. However, we still got to talk about the players because you don't get to break the British transfer record twice in the same window, and then we're this far into the season and we're waiting for people to land. Like, so again, I want to just address players like that, but also somebody like McAllister, who I was told many times is better than Caicedo, is this guy was carrying him at Brighton, all this nonsense.
Levels out of Enzo. Levels out of Enzo.
Need to do that comparison talk right now. I just want to know, are players like McAllister and Salah going to rise it? Because again, Salah, one dribble completed in how long, right? again, we respect the legends and what they've done, but at the same time, we're talking about the here and now. And again, the fact that again, people like yourself want to see you win. Unfortunately, I will have to take Liverpool winning the league over these men over here. I don't want to see that. So again, I want to understand: are players like McAllister and Salah going to rise, or are they going to continue to keep stinking the place out?
No, the players have to get better, but Mo said it at the start of the stream. If you don't have the correct system and patterns out there, like you can, we would look like shit with Ronaldinho out there. It's just
at the same time, I hear you, but at the same time, Salah was still getting into his zones because again, Cucurella didn't really lock him up. Salah had opportunity to do what he does, and again, that was a Salah performance where you get a moment of magic like the Trevella cross, that was cool, but the rest of it, again, the decision making, the touches at times, then the lack of execution in the final third when Isak's making a run. And then it's just clearly trying to just drag Badiashile away from Salah, and Salah's passing the ball into the corner flag. For what reason? Drive in, brother. Again, how many times have we seen Salah do this? Yeah. Again, is that going to keep? Because again, it's not just been 7 games; it's been maybe 7 months for Salah. Like he's been like this. So again, I want to know: are players like Salah going to turn it around, or are you going to continue to see him flopping and also offering nothing off the board? Again, that's why. Again, we can talk about tactically why it was so easy for us to beat your press. We can talk about that too. But again, are players like Salah and McAllister offensively going to improve, or are we going to continue to see this nonsense? Because
no, they have to. They have to improve. The players have to improve. The players have to do a lot better. They need to improve massively as well. But I think once again, it's completely systematic and structured in my opinion. Because rule of thumb, when 10 outfield players all look like shit, you got to look at the person in charge. There's no way.
But at the same time,
that all 10 of them look like shit.
I'm never saying you're wrong. I'm not even saying you're wrong, right? Sorry to cut you off, but I'm not even saying you're wrong, right? And again, like I hear it. We should talk about the managers and players, right? Because again, when it was my club and my team was like in the mud, we're talking about 100 million Enzo's doing whatever. 100 million Caicedo had a poor debut. Let's get on to let's keep a narrative on him just because we're like in 10th, whereas Liverpool are 2nd. All right, so I hear that. However, if you're joining a stable team,
you just destroyed your own point because
no. I'm trying to get
the same energy as the team.
Let me land because I'm not talking about McAllister or Salah right now. I'm talking about 008. I'm trying to talk about Florian Wirtz because again, when it was Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo joining unstable teams that were finishing mid-table and that, there was no patience. So just because Liverpool are 2nd in the league and have had a pretty good start after the last, a few losses, right? That can happen. Performances have been mid. But why is Florian Wirtz taking this?
You say 008. If you're criticizing players like so here's the thing. So he comes on his first touch is a created chance for Salah. If Salah scores that's literally Wirtz's stride.
One moment.
So you're cussing out Mo for not scoring and making the wrong decisions, but you didn't bring up that moment. Wirtz created the chance.
How many times have you seen? How many times have you seen Wirtz?
So is that what we should expect from a record?
And he's done that, by the way, multiple times. He's done that as well multiple times this season. Like Galatasaray, he put Ekitike through on goal. Like
I'm sure that's the case.
How many times has Wirtz got into the box and taken too many touches?
Exactly.
A lot of times.
Yeah, but listen, at the end of the day, he needs time to adjust to the league and the pace of the league.
He's behind the pace right now. You can't.
Yeah,
he's way behind schedule. Way behind schedule. Performance-wise, forget stats.
That money is behind schedule.
Yeah, but you're the ones that brought up 008.
That money is behind schedule. A lot.
You said 008.
It's not 008 is the headline because it's catchy. 008 is a great
008 is the headline because it's
cool. The context of
he has the most chances created in the Premier League.
But we're watching games about eyes, and the eyes are not lying. His eyes, he's been poor.
Why is it irrelevant?
It's irrelevant because in the context of 009, we could take this argument for anyone that's gone 007 that's got that title. We didn't look into the context because at the end of the day, when you spent that money, like you said, for Arteta, you want to see results. So I don't want to hear about who's created the most chances because I haven't seen them. I don't know the rest of the context around it. I don't care. The reality is when you spend that money, just like Arteta has, you want results and performances.
And the truth is that Liverpool wouldn't be any worse or better without Wirtz. He hasn't added anything.
The team has got worse after you spent 400 M's.
And again, that's why I told Hassam in the summer, like, act like you've been there before, because he was like, flexing, celebrating like signings. And I'm like, cool, you bought some good players, but like, are you seeing the balance of the team? Because again, I mentioned the Real Madrid one from last season when they won the Champions League and they signed Mbappe, and everyone's like, oh, now it's a guaranteed treble. And I'm like, oh, it's not a guaranteed treble. Let the players sort of gel, especially when you're removing players like Diaz who press well from the front, and you replaced it with, somebody who's not necessarily pressing more in Gakpo. Up front, Isak's going to take time to land, and his pressing isn't as good as like a Nunes or a Jota.
You don't even know if his legs are going to stay.
You know,
Salah, just to make this point, Salah carried the attack and those are the offensive actions, but obviously defensively, he was allowed to do nothing because he had Jota there, he had Nunes there, Diaz there doing his running. But now, if you're going to have to try and fit in 120 million pound Verts, 130 million pound Isak, you know, with Supermax contract Salah, who's doing his Aubameyang impression, right? That's looking crazy right now. And then also Gakpo and whoever else, like, is that all going to work? Or are you thinking it might not work and all of a sudden you're looking at not retaining a league title, which Liverpool haven't done in donkey years? Because Liverpool should be retaining this title. Let's be honest, you should be.
Yeah.
They have right now. Their goals conceded record is in the bottom half of the Premier League. That's the real problem. Every time anyone can score against them. Anyone can score. Liverpool anyone can score against them.
You guys notice the more that you speak, the more you prove my point because you just keep moving on from player to player. Verts, Isak, Konate, Salah, everyone, McAllister. So it shows that the issue is systematic, which is my point. I think.
Yeah, I never said not mostly slot. I'm saying that these
no player form is just that player by himself. There are so many like great moments and great runs we've had in the team this season that show me there is a style and a structure that makes this team work together and tick. I used this example before I used the game, the Atletico Madrid game. That game, Liverpool had 7 big chances created. Atletico had 1. We were dominant defensively and offensively. That game, Verts and Isak linked up play well. Frimpong was the overlapping partner that Salah needed because he's 33. The problem is, Arne Slot right now is moving like Ranieri from 30 years ago when he was at Chelsea, the thinker man. He's changing way too much. He's putting combinations that don't work with each other. I think he needs to find a style and a structure, stick with it. I think we need to go to being solid as well, and that's the issue. We aren't solid as well. We have an open midfield. I think he's shoehorning McAllister into the team, shoehorning Szoboszlai into the team. Szoboszlai right back experiment need to end. We need to put the fries in the bag immediately on that one. Just play.
But then
just play him in midfield. Drop McAllister if you need. Drop Szoboszlai if you need. Just have.
So McAllister's not a starter anymore. Is that what I'm hearing? You shouldn't start for Liverpool right now, McAllister. Like
who? Based on form, the only 2 guaranteed starters are Van Dijk and Gravenberch. Everyone else is changeable.
Okay, so McAllister's not definitely.
No one is in form. You say on form right now. No one is in form, literally, other than Van Dijk and Gravenberch. I'd say. Other than that, everyone else is not in form.
Okay, but yeah, again, there's other players who are still doing okay enough. But again, I hear your point about the manager is the main part, and I get it. The Atletico game was great. The Bayern looked a lot better, and I'm surprised he didn't go back to that at some point, right? But at the same time, the manager doesn't control the individual actions on the pitch. He can maybe affect where they're going to be on the pitch and the systems and where maybe their passing options are. But at the end of the day, I still expect McAllister to be able to complete 5 and 10 yard passes on a more consistent basis. I still expect Salah to not be pocketing himself because Cucurella didn't pocket him. He made like 20 crazy decisions in that game. And it's like, why is Mohamed Salah doing that on 500k a week? And it's not going to change because right now, what I'm seeing, again, us injury hit did that to you. Again, you should beat United. You should beat United next. But again, looking at your fixtures coming up, I can see repeat actions where you're going to be dropping more points if you don't change serious things soon. But not just the manager. Players have got to step up and be accountable. And again, the mentality monsters. The mentality monsters don't need to be dependent on just flipping tactics and coaching. Players got to get it out the mud themselves. And I'm sorry, I'm not seeing that right now from Liverpool.
That's not what you told us 2 years ago when you were Poch out. But anyway, the mentality monsters thing was like 4 years ago. That's a long time ago.
But those players are still there.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
And better players are there too. Won you the league last
season.
No, they're
not. Where's Fabinho? Saudi League. Where's Henderson? Saudi League. Where's Wijnaldum? Retired. Robertson. Matip doesn't play football anymore.
Won you the league last season.
Where's Firmino? Not there. So
you've got Isak.
You're just saying stuff.
You've got better players than some of those guys you mentioned. So what?
We've got better players, but the manager needs to figure it out.
Amazing defense.
I'm just taking it in, and you're just answering.
Wait, let me ask you.
Crazy. You're just answering what you fancy. I like it. Nice.
Are you gonna win the league this year?
Yes, we will win the league.
Best midfielder in the Premier League.
We will win the league. Who's the best midfielder in the Premier League? Rodri.
Okay, put Rodri to one side because we need to see what he's like post ACL, right? Cool. Who's the best midfielder in the Premier League over the last 18 months?
Hey, this guy loves Caicedo so much he hates everyone else. I've deeped it.
I told you, Rodri.
Forget Rodri. Second 18 months. Who?
Worse.
Who's second? What in which position?
The second midfielder in the Premier League.
Central midfield and defensive midfield. Forget attacking midfielders.
4 and 8.
Forget attacking midfielders. I think the most consistent one over the last. Like
12,
if you want to remove,
16
if you want to remove Rodri, I'd say Declan Rice.
Okay, let me just establish the order of play. Right, who's third after Declan Rice and Rodri? Then who?
Gravenberg.
And who's fourth and then who's fifth? Just to round it up.
Fourth in DM is Caicedo.
Not in DM, not midfielder.
Man said
He doesn't want to
Caicedo
say
in DM.
DM.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, who's
He said DM. He just said DM.
He said
Why the hell
central
do you think I'm
midfielder.
saying these names? He said
No,
DM,
because
bro.
he said central midfielder. That's what he wanted. He said central midfielder and DM, like anything apart from a 10, like a Verts, a Palmer. Like that's what he means.
Okay. Okay, I understand
Like-
your question now. So number one for me would be Rodri. Number two, you said overall, not just form, right?
Yeah.
Overall, well, obviously the last 12 months
You're
play a
not
big
doing
part in
the
that. Overall, just
Yeah, it's not form now. You're talking about the last 12 to 24 months. Like to get
Yeah,
Okay.
Last 24 months, Caicedo ain't been better.
Okay, last if I'm going like overall, I'd go 1 Rodri, 2 I'd say McAllister, 3 is 3 is probably Rice. 4
since the start of last season, we're doing this. Yeah, start
Yeah.
of last season. Crazy.
4 you said don't include 10s, right?
no Palmer, no Fodens, no.
Yeah, 4
Odegaard.
I would say Gravenberg, and 5 I'd say Caicedo.
Not Enzo Fernandez. I thought you said Enzo.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah. Sorry, I forgot about Enzo. I'd actually go 4 Enzo. No, actually, I go 3 Enzo. I rate Enzo very highly. Wait. Let's take a step back. I'm sorry. You see, this is the problem. Your question is confusing. You first said DM, and then you said midfielders and DMs. So do you want to say?
I said centre mid DM. I said no.
Okay, so I'd go 1 Rodri, 2 McAllister, 3 Enzo, 4 Rice, 5 Caicedo.
Enzo!
That's my
Fuck!
yeah.
I don't even want to talk. I don't want to talk about Enzo on the stream anymore than that, right? But cool. But the fact that you've got players like that above Caicedo,
You don't want to talk about Enzo because it doesn't suit your narrative. You want to talk about
Enzo's
Caicedo.
great. Enzo's great.
You listen. You understand football. Who initiated every single Chelsea attack against us?
Again, I'm not going to act like just because he wasn't on the ball for the first goal, he didn't contribute to that. Of course,
Enzo is a complete midfielder, which I prefer.
Now we're getting to the crux of the issue, right? And then when like shin kicker allegations need to be talked about, because you're talking about Caicedo like he's freaking, I don't know, some next Donny from the French league that only is about kicking the ball and just passing it 5 yards and that's it, and that's all he does. When Caicedo is much more than that. This guy is much more than just a DM. This guy is a complete midfielder, and every time he gets a chance to get to the edge of the box, he will either find a good final third pass, or he'll be slapping the ball into corners. And he's been doing that regularly whenever he gets an opportunity. He just plays DM. People don't see that. And just to end on this point, because people here don't need to agree, but this needs to be said. Unfortunately, we live in a day and age where, especially in this sport, you don't get your credit unless you're making headlines and you're getting goals and assists, even from DM. And it's like DMs, you won't get your credit. But again, in other sports, we can give trainers their credit. We can give, like in boxing, we can give like trainers like Bomac. Obviously, if you know boxing, then you know boxing, innit? Like people like that, they can get their credit, but you won't get credit as somebody who just does your job really well in this game unless you make headlines. And unfortunately, as a DM, you have to get goals to do it. Because again, Declan Rice was a great example of that last season. Last point I'll make. Last season, for half the season, again, all my friends that support Arsenal, even content creators, were like, we're like into January, February, Rice hasn't been that great. our best midfielder is number 5, the guy that's, Ghanaian done. He won't say too much. But again, they were like, he's been our best midfielder. Odegaard's been out injured and in poor form. Rice, I'm not really feeling it. But 2 goals against Real Madrid and some other good games after that, and it's all of a sudden team of the year. Amazing player. But when Caicedo was doing it for the whole season in a pretty meaty Chelsea team, but 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Minimum.
What are you talking about, man? The whole
And
season.
you're getting his credit too now.
I need him to land. I need him to land.
I'm not gonna say it. Are you gonna tell me Caicedo was an 8 out of 10 on average minimum?
1 out of 10.
On average minimum, he was an 8 out of 10 minimum last season. On average,
No,
he wasn't 8 out of 10 most games. Crazy.
Let him land, please. Let him land.
But I'm trying to okay. Again, everybody go around. You can answer yes or no. Was Caicedo not minimum? Okay, on average, at least an 8 out of 10, and regularly putting up 9s as well last season.
No, I disagree.
Most games.
No.
When Arsenal beat you 5-0, Caicedo was 0 out of 10. What 8 out of 10?
You have
He
seen on
was.
average.
I know. I've seen Caicedo look quite
one-off games.
poor a few
Was he
times.
not-
I've
was
seen
he not
Caicedo look out of
two-man?
place in so many games. This is the
What
problem.
is-
You guys
I-
change the
I-
mindset.
Caicedo's best day though. Caicedo's
So many
best day
games.
is we're talking about an elite midfielder. Don't get it twisted. On Caicedo's day, however, his consistency is like you as a club, really. I think he's let down by the club. He's
what
at.
it is Caicedo never gets the blame when Chelsea lose, but he gets the praise when Chelsea wins.
Whenever Chelsea wins, thank you.
Even when we lose, he's one of the best players on the pitch. Even when
He
we
looks
lose, just like if you look at Liverpool game at Anfield, he was quality against Liverpool at Anfield.
Yeah, he was.
It's what it is.
100%.
Talent.
And there's
You can
many more
argue
games like that. Many more games like that.
He's not more consistent than Declan
But
Rice.
there's plenty of games. I'm not gonna lie. There's plenty of games when he's losing the ball. I'm not kidding. He's losing the ball.
Like, if you ask me, yeah, without taking the context of like form and impact, like who's a better player, like on paper, I would actually say Caicedo. I think he's got more to his game.
Okay.
However, I would keep Declan because I think he's more consistent and his
But you think Caicedo has more to his game than Declan?
Yeah, of course he does. Of course, anybody can see that. Even the Arsenal fan can see that. Of course,
he is better. He is good at more things than what Declan Rice is. Like
Okay,
Declan Rice. Okay, and I'll give you an example as to why. When Declan Rice is in the DM, when the way we move the ball is sloppy, bro. It is. He is best in that 8 role. Like, and it's clear. It's not even clear. It's like, I don't think.
But the one that initiates the attack at Chelsea
When
is
Declan
Enzo.
is our deepest midfielder, we are at our worst.
So how?
Enzo's the one that starts attacks at Chelsea, though, not Caicedo.
not all the time. Most of the time he's starting.
Enzo
High and drop. Caicedo's being the one in the middle the whole time.
No, because Declan Rice has now become good as an 8 does not mean he wasn't world class as a 6. Why the hell did Arsenal pay 100
He was
million?
at a club like West Ham, he can be. When it comes to dictating play, nah, bro, that's not.
He was
And
more-
we see
he
him
was-
in England as well.
Let me
England as well as a 6 by
When
himself.
you first signed, ads 1 second. When you first signed Declan Rice, by the way, when he was playing lone DM, he won like 7 man of the match in the first like 10 games or some shit.
Nah, he was, bro. On the ball,
he was
he weren't great. Bro.
On the ball, he weren't great. That ain't Caicedo's
He
strength
wasn't
either.
great.
I know
Every
what.
time he ping to Martinelli, every single time, bro, turned, pings it
Bro,
out
he's
wide,
known
bro.
for being
Every
a
time
crab. Declan Rice is known for being a crab, bro.
Oh, you might
He's
be-
known for being a crab and passing back.
Internet things ain't watching. Literally,
Why not telling me I watched it?
no, but bro, you're talking about no. I'm literally saying you watched the game.
Yeah,
bro.
still an Arsenal fan. You're watching Declan Rice. It's crazy.
No, but he picks up the ball, turns, plays it out wide straight away, all the time. Yes, he does. He pings it out wide so much every single time he picks up the ball.
I think
bro.
Declan Rice's passing is very underrated. man.
I say-
People act like
Declan Rice, pass making ability, like for example, like he's got a good ping on him. All that stuff is
Ball
great.
striking, yeah. Ball striking.
If I ask Declan Rice to consistently break lines like the way Zubimendi does, that's not his game. He's not doing that, bro. Sorry.
Thank you
Okay,
very
wait.
does-
That's not. No, stop. No. Now we are changing this whole thing. You just said if I ask Declan Rice to consistently break the lines, he won't be able to do it. Okay, no problem. Can Caicedo do it? I dare you say Caicedo can break the lines.
much. He's doing it at Brighton regularly. When he was slicing.
You believe Caicedo can break the lines consistently? You're crazy if you believe.
Yes,
Oh
yeah,
my
he's
god.
That's a
And he-
crazy opinion.
I think. Okay, let's say for example, gun to my head, I got to put one of them in a single pivot. I'm putting Caicedo in a single pivot.
And that's not even Caicedo's best
How?
position. That's the
Okay,
funny
so you
part.
believe so currently as constructed, the better passer.
GG
in
is
your
like
double-
losing his mind.
1 second. The better passer in your double pivot is Zubimendi, right?
Sorry, say it again. Sorry.
Yes.
The better
Yeah,
passer in your double
Yeah,
pivot is
about that.
Zubimendi.
Zubimendi,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, so who would you?
He's not been well beaten though. I'll be honest. Like,
No, that's fine. Who's closer to Zubimendi, Enzo or Caicedo?
It would be on the ball. Would be Enzo.
Yeah, go
And
on.
that's
better
my
than
point.
Caicedo on the ball. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
but-
think
That's my
I
point.
think that's a debate though. I think that's a
No,
debate.
No, but here's the thing.
No one's
When you
debating
say Caicedo makes line-breaking passes, the one that makes line-breaking passes at Chelsea
Oh,
is
but I was
Enzo.
Enzo makes more. Caicedo's
Enzo-
doing plenty. That's the
Enzo's
point.
average performance is bad, bro. I'll be real. Like
I didn't
It's
think
not.
he's
No,
more
it's not.
if
capable. of
Enzo's sticking, Chelsea's sticking.
I've seen Enzo a lot just look behind the pace, man. Like just
That's
off.
that's not true. There's games I've seen games where consistently.
What are we having here? An Arthur fan defending Enzo and an Arthur fan like defending Caicedo. What is going on? This team is fucking crazy.
I don't even like Caicedo because I hate Chelsea the most. I hate Chelsea.
Yeah, but you can be objective about a player.
But that's why I hate him. I mean,
I'll tell you right now. I think, my opinion, I think Caicedo and Declan Rice genuinely play for every single team in the world. Every single team. But
PSG.
Yes.
Well,
both
when
of
does
them.
Rice get into PSG's midfield though?
Rice doesn't
Rice doesn't play for Barcelona, for example. He doesn't get in that midfield.
I say though, different story.
Yes, he would.
I say doesn't start for PSG.
I don't think these guys are moving
You're
from
not going to tell me what's straight with that. João Neves.
They're not moving Frankie de Jong, bro. They're not moving.
Vitinha, João Neves, and Fabian Ruiz.
Too much because you're not going to tell me with a straight face João Neves is better than Caicedo. You're not going to do it. You're not going to look at Vitinha, who's great on the ball, amazing on the ball, but give him a bit of PMP. He's getting blown past, and you can't say that about Caicedo on any section of the pitch. He's not weak anywhere. He's weak defensively. Weak.
If you take them and put them in their environment, like I think again, like context matters. Like, what environment are we in? Like, what environment are we in?
Can I give you guys honest? Can I ask you guys a question? I want you guys to tell me. Most teams in the world play 4-3-3 or 3 midfielders, right?
Yeah.
Most teams in the world.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter your formation. Like, it doesn't matter if your team is passing.
Yeah.
As E6 DM, can someone tell me who is better than Caicedo in the world as a 6, pure 6? Doesn't matter how you play position-based football. Currently, Rodri is not better than him until Rodri comes back.
Pedri.
I hear your point. Point about Rodri. Okay, it's season, guys. Let me just get this. Let me just say this before you interrupt me. It is 25-26 season. Yet Rodri in season 23-24 was better than Caicedo. But season 24-25 passed, and Rodri unfortunately had an ACL. He came back. He keeps getting injured. Until I see that Rodri back, I'm not gonna just put him on merit.
Okay,
I'm not.
Were you one of the people?
Yeah, Habibi, let me finish.
Were you
the
one
next
of the
point.
people that said Maguire is better than Van Dijk because Van Dijk is injured?
Don't interrupt me, please.
They were saying that, by the way.
Please let me finish. I'm not gonna put. I know Rodri overall. I would take him over Caicedo, but I'm not gonna put. Yeah, Habibi, hold on. But today, if you're asking me today, who would you start based on the last 12 months? I'm not going to put Rodri there on merit. He has to work his way back from his ACL to get back to match fitness and all this stuff.
Okay, now can you answer my question?
Hold on. Let me. Okay, go ahead. Faddal. But I can't explain. There is a word.
Was out for a season with ACL. Does that make Maguire better than him? Because that year he was good.
But Maguire was awful.
That's ridiculous, though.
Maguire,
I see what you've done,
guys. There. Maguire in the year
he went to the extreme.
Maguire at Man United. When Oli finished second, we're not going to sit up here and change the narrative. That year was his best season at United.
His best season at Man United. He was not a good defender. Here's the point. Rodri. There is a world where we actually see Rodri not getting back to his best because of that ACL. There is a world. It's a 50-50. He might go back. He might not. But today, I'll now go back to the question. Forget Rodri until he comes back. I need someone to tell me, as a 6 today in world football, who's better than Caicedo with his defensive attributes and also passing attributes? Can someone give me a name? I need a name.
Pedri plays 6 for them.
I can hold on. I can actually counter each one of them, right? I can counter each one of you. De Jong is very good on the ball, great. De Jong,
world class on the ball.
Hold on. Every Barcelona fan would tell you De Jong is a donkey defensively, 0 attributes defensively, 0. And what I mean by 0, Odegaard level defensive attributes, like a passenger. Ask Barcelona. Listen, I got a friend who does content in Barcelona, and I spoke with him about De Jong. He's saying, really, if we don't have the ball, Pedri will contribute more defensively than De Jong. He's like, De Jong is
my objection was the Odegaard part, to be honest. My objection was the Odegaard part, to be honest.
That doesn't matter.
Okay, so that's what I mean. So I think De Jong would work if, like, for example, I'm going to tell you something. Put De Jong in Liverpool, he would work great if they had the ball. that midfield, the Liverpool, the donut hole that Hussam was talking in his match reaction, it would still be there. It would still be there. But that donut hole would still be there. He wouldn't contribute. About Pedri normally plays higher on the pitch a little bit, not at DM. He plays higher, a little bit higher on the pitch.
No, he does not. Pedri plays deep. No, he doesn't.
Last season he was very deep.
He's not a DM.
Pedri plays deep.
We're gonna change Pedri to a DM now. We're even for Spain.
Let's have some respect.
We're gonna change Pedri to a DM now.
He was not playing number 8. He was playing
A DM.
No, he's a deep line playmaker. He's not a 6.
He's not even a deep line playmaker, bro. He's not a deep line playmaker.
Sometimes you see Pedri on the wing, bro.
In La Liga, bro. He was playing so defensively, bro. He was collecting the ball from defense and getting it into the attack. Yes,
Odegaard does that.
And tackling a hell of a lot.
Listen, Pedri is the best midfielder. I love to watch Pedri, and I hate Barcelona. Pedri is the best midfielder in the world currently for me. But I don't think it's that deal. You're gonna tell me that Pedri as a 6 is better than Caicedo?
So this is what I would say. In terms, if Chelsea fans just focused on what Caicedo is good at, which he is the best at, ball winning and interceptions, he is the best. No one's better than him.
This is where you're completely wrong, by the way. This is where people are completely wrong. You're completely wrong.
How?
That's eye test show otherwise. Actually, all this argument. I'm gonna tell you. Okay, I watch.
You talk about.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna explain it. I'm gonna explain my take. Don Hussam is the one who started this.
Here we go.
Right? On YouTube. I'm being serious.
I didn't start this.
Well, I'm being serious, guys. I'm being serious.
I didn't start it.
I'm being serious. Stats and eye test. Actually, Enzo Fernandez doesn't drop deep. When in his best season, Enzo Fernandez last season, go check his touches, close to the 18. In the same line with Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer right, Enzo Fernandez left. Who's the one getting the ball from the defense to actually connect it to Enzo or a fullback or a Palmer? Moises Caicedo.
The fullback Cucurella got
Correa.
so many times. Yes, he did. Do you know Chelsea always played with the 3 and then they put the left back into midfield, or they put Reece James or Gusto into midfield?
Yeah, you're ignoring that part. He's actually right. You're
just to let you know, guys, Cucurella doesn't pass the ball forward as much. Stats also show that my eye test say that he doesn't. Cucurella passes sideways or backward. He passes the next guy.
Not anything against Caicedo, okay?
Not you. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to GJ. Let me just talk to GJ, please. I know. My problem with this is that the people.
It's fine.
John. My point about it is that because he's elite in the interceptions and the tackles and he leads, people are blind to what else he does on the pitch. Same, by the way, for a lot of other players as well. Because last season, because Gravenberch carries the ball great, people actually ignore that Gravenberch was so involved in the defensive action for Liverpool last season, in the beginning of the season, and people just ignore that. He said he's only a ball carrier. No, Gravenberch was involved in the defensive attribution for Liverpool. Same for a lot of other players. He's not only a shin kicker. He's not a tackler. He can pass the ball. His long passing actually accuracy is about 75%, which matches the elite in the game. And I'm talking about 30 plus yards. And he doesn't take corners, by the way, Caicedo. So his long passes is only an open play pass. 75% pass completion within a game, more than 30 yards. That by itself is great. He is absolutely a midfielder. I think, apart from Chelsea being a fucking mediocre club in terms of like signings and actually backing the manager and getting him Garnacho and Gittins, if Chelsea were proper this season and they got him a real like players around him, I think Caicedo would have actually taken it even to a next level. If he was coach under Pep, he would have taken him to the next level.
Caicedo came to Arsenal instead of your media club. He would.
Bro, what is the shit logic? If he was coach,
I'm gonna tell you the difference because I genuinely believe that Caicedo can be one of the best DMs. How many? Now we're gonna talk of the reality. How many 8 box-to-box 8s in the world? And I'm gonna name names that you would take with Declan Rice. They would be in the same category. You'd start ahead of him. I'm gonna name names and you guys stop me if not. Fabian Ruiz.
No.
Not anymore.
No, Fabian Ruiz, no. Pedri.
What's the question? Sorry.
8, number 8, box to box 8.
You'll take ahead of Caicedo.
No,
That I
no,
would
no.
take ahead of
Rice.
Oh,
Rice.
I think
Oh.
at that level, though, I think that level is now the conversation more about balance. Like, I think I can't really put one above the other. It would be about who else is in the team. But I put them.
Do I take Fabian Ruiz over Rice? Yes, I would.
Not anymore. No,
What about
not anymore.
Pedri? What
That
about
was a time
Pedri?
for sure.
Pedri, I would.
I think I would.
Okay.
I think,
What about McAllister as a box-to-box number 8?
I would.
Okay. What about Enzo Fernandez, Sam? No.
I would.
Is this over Rice?
Hold on. Stop. It would take Enzo Fernandez as an 8 over Rice as well.
How many times have I said this to you? I prefer midfielders
Okay.
like Enzo. Let's start.
Okay. Who else is an 8 in the world, guys, currently? Tijani Reinders? No, not for me.
No, not yet.
Not for me. Who else is an 8 in the world? Is it Valverde? Is an 8?
You could say Joao Neves, Vitinha. They're all 8s. The PSG 3.
They're all 8. So you're all taking them ahead of Rice in an 8.
I'm taking the PSG 3 ahead of Rice and Caicedo and Gravenberg. All 3.
Joao Neves is a question over with Rice. With Caicedo, there's no competition with Joao Neves. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but that's because you
So
rate
Joao
Caicedo.
Neves-
so highly.
Anyway,
I don't-
that was my point. My point is
the PSG
as an-
midfield dominated every single midfield they came up against in
They
that
have
Champions
them
League
three
run.
together, and that's great.
in-
When they bought
yeah,
Caicedo,
Uh,
different story.
Look, here's the thing.
people that ask
When I'm
about Inter.
comparing, I don't say which PSG player starts for Chelsea. I do the other way. I say which Chelsea player starts for PSG, which Liverpool player starts for PSG, which Arsenal player starts for PSG. Why? Because they're the Champions League winners. The Champions League winners are always the benchmark. That's why people are looking at what PSG are doing and trying to replicate it. Some are failing, some are succeeding. They're trying to do the whole 3 wingers interchanging, blah, blah, blah. People are doing that right now because of what PSG are doing.
Copy them
Now,
as well.
those three in midfield, we have to give them their credit. As things stand, they're the best 3 in the world. They are unbelievable.
So
Now,
they're better than Pedri.
if I'm saying DMs, I would take ahead of Caicedo. This is how I broke it down before. I say Rodri's the best DM in the league, and I think Caicedo, Rice, and Gravenberg are all separated by a hair. I think there is not much difference between them. One is 9.98.
as a DM at the number 6.
One is
Okay.
9.97. One is 9.99. Like the difference is just one.
I agree with
Like
I agree
I
with
don't think, because first of all, the problem with Chelsea fans to begin with is they start this argument by acting like Caicedo's clear of Rice. He ain't. Caicedo clear of Gravenberg. He ain't. Clear, with all due respect, clear is like Bissouma. That's when you start using the word clear. Clear is like someone completely levels below. Now, I think around the same level in the planet exist Vitinha, Chouameni, Pedri. Those players are all they're all in the same caliber of player. Some are better than others, and right now, because PSG are world champions our our Champions League champions, we've got to respect their midfield 3 as the best midfield 3 in the planet.
It's
And that's
the
it.
best team. It's the best midfield in the world. Cool, but just because you don't have the best midfield in the world doesn't mean people don't get into that midfield ahead of them on an individual basis. Liverpool's Brexit midfield was, again, they were a great unit, and individually you can't say they were shit. They were obviously very good, even though aesthetically people don't like them. But that doesn't mean that there weren't people who could have gone into that Liverpool midfield and were better than them. It might change how they play, which is a different story. But there's a PSG.
Arsenal midfield is better than Chelsea as a unit.
Why would they
100%.
want to miss out on somebody like Caicedo who could do the technical part of the game and then give them what Vitinha doesn't give them? What Joao Neves gives them a bit, but not to the same level.
Caicedo can't do what
You
Vitinha
say, okay, forget my agenda, forget the whole shin kicker and the whole banter thing, right? When you say technically he can do what they do, this is where I disagree, because
He can't.
even if I were to say Caicedo is technically sound and he's a very good passer, Vitinha, Joao Neves, and Fabian Ruiz on a purely technical level are levels above.
Not Joao Neves.
That-
We're
that-
not going to
that-
act like
Joao Neves,
Caicedo
but
can't
just
dribble
like-
through the lines.
Joao
Yeah,
Neves-
but-
What happens
Like,
when a guy
like,
plays-
Joao
no,
Neves,
he's
Joao
just- no,
Neves.
fans,
Vitinha
he's just bringing up
technically,
passing.
by the way.
I'm sorry, as passers, they're all better than
they-
Caicedo as
They are,
passers.
no, they're clear.
Caicedo's dual
As
carry.
Vitinha,
passers,
Fabian
because
Ruiz.
that's the point. Who actually in the whole planet starts for them? In the whole planet, who? Pedri? End of list.
Pedri and Caicedo.
Rice.
Caicedo doesn't start. Declan Rice doesn't start for PSG.
Declan Rice, bro. How does Declan Rice
Declan Rice
start?
cannot play
Declan Rice
Enrique
starts for
system. He
PSG,
can't.
100%.
The argument would be Joao Neves for Declan Rice.
No, 100%.
Yeah,
no,
because we're
100%.
talking about Enrique's style here. Rice
It
can.
doesn't-
Yeah,
At the end of the day,
No, but I'm not
John-
going to send Rice to PSG to play Arteta style. He has to play Enrique style.
But and then
Yes,
come
I'm
like,
not-
yeah,
I'm
but
not-
you could have Prime Pedri and Klopp's midfield, the Brentford midfield. You might be like, oh, does the Pedri really suit this high pressing, intense football? It's not about the style. At the end of the day, you can make comments about the
Yeah,
style.
Thiago
But at the end of the
Alcantara
day,
signed for
we're
us.
comparing
I
two
gotta-
players.
I have a pressing question for him. I'm not-
Many
I-
areas. Many
I think
areas.
Declan Rice is great. He's a steady Eddie of
You
this
don't start
world
for
in terms
PSG.
of the
you
middle.
don't.
Hold on, let me just tell you guys. Seriously, that's a genuine question, right? Apart from delivering set pieces, which is a great thing to have, and delivering free kicks, can someone tell me what is Declan Rice elite at? Like he's
Ball
separated by the rest.
Disrespectful. I knew it was about to get disrespectful. I knew it was.
Ball
Is he
carrier.
better? Okay.
Part
Hold on,
of
hold on.
football is physical attributes, and he's elite.
Okay.
He's elite physically.
Ball
completely.
carrying. Shoot.
Ball
shooting.
carrying, by the way, very good shooting, very good stuff.
Okay, so hold on. Is he better? Okay, no, hold on. Is he better than Gravenberch in ball carrying, for example, and receiving the ball and that's
No,
part of ball
dribbling,
carrying?
no, dribbling is grabbing.
Receiving the ball and
By the
turning.
way,
no, but carrying
by the way,
But
but
Rice
part
is
of
so much more athletic than Gravenberch.
guys,
So
part
much
of
more.
ball carrying is your first touch to open your angle for you to carry the ball. That is
Okay,
that
here's
is
the
a
thing.
massive part of ball
Okay,
carrying.
when I was separating all three, I'll tell you guys my. Okay, actually, here's
Can
the
I
thing.
continue my
I'll say this.
argument, Hussam? Can I continue my argument before we
You
go to
asked
the
the
ball
question.
carrying?
Let me answer it. I think these three, Caicedo is the best from a defensive perspective out of these three, the ones that we speak about in the Premier League. I think Gravenberch is the best. Gravenberch is the best as like in terms of like dribbling and
Ability
playing
on
out
the
of
ball,
press.
yes.
Ability on the ball. I think Rice is the best going forward and athletically and from a shooting perspective. That's
in transition.
Yeah,
he's
fair
great.
enough.
Declan
How
Rice is
often
better
are Arsenal
than
playing in
Yeah, but
transition?
hold on. You guys didn't get my
Like,
point. That is not my point. My point is there anyone you see now in the world in terms of tackling as a DM better than Caicedo in the world? Interception and
Declan
tackling.
Rice.
No,
I think Declan Rice is
no.
better defensively.
No.
The problem is with your question is
Ah.
low-key, that position that you're referring to is dead now.
So
There is no
not
real
dead.
destroyer
The problem
DMs in
is-
the world. Who are
the-
they?
by the way, is the thing is with Declan Rice. Obviously, Declan Rice was an elite DM. When he came to Arsenal, he actually started attacking more. But before he went, he actually had, comparing the West Ham and Brighton teams, he had more interceptions, he had more clearances, more passes forward. I actually did a video about it. He had better stats defensively apart from tackles than Caicedo, Brighton compared to West Ham. So Declan Rice has always been an elite defensive midfielder. That's part of the reason why England got back-to-back Euros finals.
He
Because
didn't
Declan Rice
defend, he
was playing.
didn't defend as much at Arsenal. So, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, these
Yeah,
stats that
you-
you're bringing up,
and-
you're
and-
missing
and-
the context. Like,
Yeah.
how many times is Declan Rice going to be defending and tackling at Arsenal in comparison to West Ham, or Caicedo at Chelsea? You lot are on the back foot
and not
way
just-
more than what Arsenal are.
and not just
So,
that
like,
as
these
well.
stats
If
you're
you check-
bringing up,
If
it's
you
missing
check the stats, if you check the stats for the last 5 years, Man City will never be in a top 10 interceptions, tackles completed list.
Never, it's impossible.
Because they dominate the game. And that's the thing. Arsenal dominate the game.
Like,
And
these stats
speaking
you lot
of the
bringing up-
earlier on argument, by the way, that's why I still give that respect to Rodri. If Rodri is fit, he walks into that PSG midfield and is the only player on the planet who makes it better. Like literally, like that guy is not normal. Rodri, in terms like he's
Rodri's a good player, man. Like,
Can
Yeah,
I just
he's
destroy that
complete.
point that Arsenal on the front foot all the time? Chelsea actually had more positions last year than Arsenal overall. I know that Arsenal played the high line
Chelsea
and
are more
Arsenal play
offensive than Arsenal. They are.
like Chelsea play Arsenal played the high line, more touches in the opposition area, but the opposition have more ball against Arsenal than Chelsea, which is just based on what happened last season. So if we're comparing the last 12 months for the two players,
I think this actually has been a very healthy debate. You want to know something, Ads? I'll tell you something. You know, GG started off his monologue really correctly, but he went down the wrong angle. You want to know how to get Caicedo more respect? Stop acting like he's clear of everyone. Stop acting like he's better than everyone. Because when you say the word clear, or you say like you need to understand something. Caicedo is clear of Bissouma. He ain't clear of Rice. He ain't clear of Gravenberch because clear is like levels above. Even when you say he's technically good, okay, he is technically good, but he ain't technique like Vitinha technique. He ain't technique like
but
Pedri
that's
technique.
but that's
Those are
Vitinha's
next level
quality
technique.
and
So even
okay.
technique and all this has a next level.
Let's clarify some misconceptions. I think Rice is a very good player. In the A, again, I feel like sometimes the game goes past him.
Do you
He's
think?
not
Do you
that-
think
he's not great in between the lines, right? But that's just one part of the game, right? I think Rice is great. I love Gravenberch, two really good players. Caicedo isn't levels above these guys, but they're all three of them are really good players. I never said that Caicedo's clear. I'm just saying, when you look at the all-round games, when you bring in people like Vitinha, who Vitinha is amazing on the ball, off the ball, he's not on the same level as Gravenberch, right? Let alone Rice and then Caicedo.
Yeah,
He's not. So you have to put all these aspects into the game when we're talking about midfielders, because again, we're talking about midfielders, not just number 10, not even just DM, because some of these guys aren't really just meant to be DMs, because Caicedo isn't just a solo DM. Again, when Romeo Lavia, if he could ever stay fully fit, if that lands, you man will see Caicedo in his final
Lavia's your
form.
best
And that
midfielder.
To be
will
honest,
be
we want to get
I
in this.
think Lavia is your best midfielder technically, but he doesn't play enough.
Yeah,
Of
he's
course,
not
yeah.
available. I can't fucking. I just checked, guys, away for the people, for the people in the chat, just to clarify what is going on. Last season, I just literally went to check the number of tackles and interceptions for both Chelsea. They are super close to the point they're really separated by about 2%, like the whole season. I'm
Which
talking
player?
about the numbers. The numbers are like 670 versus 660, something like, you know what I mean? Like it's very similar.
10 passes is nothing. Yeah.
Not
which
passes,
player?
tackle.
10 tackles, sorry, is nothing.
10 tackle. That's for the whole team. So.
Okay.
For the whole team, which that just defeats the whole purpose, the whole point of. But Chelsea defend more. No, both tackles the same, both intercept the same. It's very close because of the position as well. Is separated by 2%. Let me do the super chat before we get out of here, people. I actually forgot where we
This was
stopped.
a great stream, by the way. This was a great stream. Honestly, Paz, JG, ads, you guys been elite today. So big up to you guys, man.
I think it's been good.
Paz, I scouted you. Never forget.
By the way,
I scouted you.
that's just to go back to Fonzie. Best player in the world plays 15 games a year. That's Reece James.
Who's this about? Oh,
Habibi, he literally, Habibi, that's what Chelsea fans do.
to be fair to Reece James, he has
I'm
been
gonna tell
fit
you.
recently. Though.
I actually noticed lately Chelsea fans do this in every stream. There is something like they state it as a fact and it goes over people's head when in the monologue. Like Enzo Fernandez, in the beginning of the season, Joao Pedro is just a better signing than every striker that has been there other than Haaland. They kind of like do these things, you know what I mean? Like, and then they make statements and it goes over people's head because they're doing a monologue.
Let me just say
the statement. Now, if people disagree, you can disagree. But in terms of just overall football players, in terms of like what they can do on a football pitch, Reece James against many other defenders in the world, people that just play defense, again, Trent, great on the ball offensively, defensively, nowhere near as complete. Reece James can win you games from a defensive aspect as well as an offensive aspect. Again,
I don't think Reece James is better than Timber.
Okay, so
no. Okay, I have to go. I swear to God, we're not doing Timber Reece James comparison.
Thank you.
We can do this tomorrow
I'm
or the day
taking
after.
Timber. Ads, let me just ask you a question. You said Reece James is more complete, right?
Yeah, he's like one of the most complete the players that play in defense.
I agree with that completely. That's why I think he's one of the best right backs.
See the way he says Reece James.
Just quick question for ads.
Wait, guys, let Sam do his thing.
Quick question for ads. Gerrard or Lampard?
I can't. I'm lagging, but yeah, I'm gonna say Lampard still.
Oh, I'm lagging. All of a sudden, being complete doesn't matter.
Back it up.
Yeah, Lampard. And then Hazard,
why is Lampard better than Gerrard? He's a better goal scorer. Hey, watch this. Ads. Hazard or Salah?
Hazard, obviously.
So Hazard better footballer. Gerrard, Lampard,
and Lampard could do
Point
all aspects of the
proven.
game and had one elite aspect. That was
Hold on.
anything Gerrard does on the
This is
pitch.
now where Hussam actually does his
Everything I said is
agenda.
true, boy.
No, it's not true. This is what
I know,
Hussam does. The problem is, I'm gonna tell you. Hussam used to have spaces. You guys don't know. Hussam used to be the spaces guy on Twitter for years. The problem is people act, and I'm gonna end it on this before that Gerrard's ability is so clear of Lampard that Lampard is just a tap in. This is what he did. This is what he did.
I'll be real. We didn't watch
because it's Lampard actually ability is so good plus his goal scoring.
Thank you.
That's his ability is amazing.
Yeah,
Plus
I
his goal
agree
scoring.
with you.
Which is by the way, Osam, I have
People
the same argument for Salah. People do Salah is shit. How he dribble the whole Man City team before scoring? How did he fucking dribble the whole Spurs? How did he have all these great touches to dribble from the right side? I got the same energy.
You're missing the point. Ads sat here, gave a whole speech, beautiful speech, about Reece James being complete. So I was like, okay, everyone knows the most complete midfielder in Premier League history is Stevie G. Like that's, if we're talking complete, can do everything on the pitch, it's him.
That doesn't mean
So who's
Lampard
best
wasn't
one?
complete as well.
Lampard because it's goal. Lampard because
wasn't
it's goal
complete
scoring.
midfielder.
Okay, now we go to the forward line. Who's better, Hazard or Salah? Salah is a better goal scorer, right? Same
No, but
energy.
the whole
Hazard's
point
better,
is,
of course.
are you going to tell me Lampard was a
Problem with
complete
Chelsea
player?
fans.
No. Just answer one
Fans'
question for
biggest
me.
issue in
I
football
answered your
debate
question.
is
Just answer his
they have
question
is
then.
the
Answer his
best.
question then. Answer
Yeah,
his
but the
question
thing
then
is
before
that
moving on.
Chelsea have is better than everyone else. That's the biggest problem. Like,
No, because I'm not that football fan. I'm not that
Didier
football fan.
Drogba
I'm not
had
that
like
football
5
fan.
seasons where he
Again,
scored less than
Mo
10 goals.
can attest to that. I'm not that football fan. I really don't care about the tribalism. I'm talking about football, right? Cool. Are you going to tell me now that Lampard wasn't a complete footballer? Wasn't a complete
Okay.
midfielder?
Let me tell you my opinion
لا
before
والله
you
العظيم I have to go. You can run your stream.
No,
He's
bro,
not trying. You can run. I need to go.
leave, حبيبي,
Bro, my
leave.
wife is
You
like, I
can
need
leave,
to
you
go.
can leave.
والله I need to
I'll
go,
take him.
bro.
I'll take
let him
over, go, يلا leave حبيبي, leave. يلا leave. I'm not married.
Seriously, you're
Get
gonna
out of
continue the stream?
Yeah, I'll continue it because you're go ahead, leave حبيبي, يلا. Get out here. Yes. Okay. Where is bro?
Yeah, there we go. I'm back.
Okay. Hi guys. Okay. So anyway, as I
I'm
was
still
saying,
here. One second. I'm still here.
so before you superimpose your opinion on me, I'll tell you my opinion. I think Gerrard's the best midfielder in the Premier League, and I think the second place is Frank Lampard. Anyone who knows me in the chat will tell you, I've always said Gerrard and Lampard is an argument. The only one that I think doesn't belong in this argument is Paul Scholes. That's it. I've made this clear 100 times, and I've given all my reasons. So yeah, there you go. So I don't think Lampard. I think Lampard has more ability than Scholes. I think Lampard has more ability than every Premier League midfielder in history except Stevie. No one.
I think Yaya Touré is in a conversation too. But again, if you say that, that's fine. I'm just saying, as a comeback to that, I'm not just trying to be like, oh, every Chelsea player is the best in their class by a million amounts. I'm not saying that. We have 3 special players in Reece
Who's
James,
playing
Kante,
music?
and Palmer. I'm not saying anything more than that. We have our team is very imbalanced. Very imbalanced.
Someone playing music.
What? Yeah, he's doing that.
He's playing music.
There's someone playing that.
That's Mo's intro. Who's playing it?
What
That's
the
on
fuck?
him.
Okay. Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my
Well,
opinion.
I'm not the Chelsea fan to be like, oh, our players are better than yours because I support them. I really
That's
don't
what
do
you
like
just
to do
did.
that shit. I don't like to do that. Well, you can think that, that's fine, but we're giving opinions. Again, I
And
think
that's
Gerrard's
literally what you just did. So
No,
why
I
is
didn't.
Lampard better than Gerrard? Why? Tell me.
I can go. Are we really making this a Lampard Gerrard debate? But I've done that like a billion times.
Because your energy, I love people who have consistent energy. My energy
Yeah.
is consistent at everyone. I use the same logic for any player, whether they play for my club or they don't. The problem is your energy changed. I cannot say that the midfielder is better than another midfielder because of goal scoring, and then go to the forward line and go like, yeah, but Hazard's more complete.
No,
If we want to
because
talk about complete, there is no one as complete as Gerrard in Prem history, bro. He did everything.
Again, that's being complete doesn't make the entire argument. Again, if we're gonna talk about them as ability wise, right? Of course, if you're talking about who's got more categories at like 8 or above, Gerrard. That's cool.
Yeah,
but at the same
very
time, how many 10 out of 10 categories does like Gerrard have? Like, again, all
Gerrard
I'm gonna
has
say
a
is
lot of
Lampard goal scoring is like 12 out of 10 for a midfielder. It's the best in history, and again, that adds weight to his argument as why for me, I think he's better. It's not like worlds apart.
Salah is the
Gerrard's
only
great.
winger in the top 5 Premier League goal scorers all time. His
And that's
Salah's
great.
goal
He has
scoring
that.
is 12
He
out
has
of 10
that
in
over
Premier
Hazard
League.
in space, but again, I don't want to conflate the two arguments. Just because you have to say one doesn't mean that the other one is the same thing as well. I don't want to say that. However,
Listen, you
if
have
we want to have the
completely
Hazard
drowned
Salah
yourself.
debate, we can do that, but we don't need to do that
You have
now.
completely drowned
We don't need
yourself
to
in
do
the
that now.
debate because you changed the energy. You just said Lampard is 12 out of 10 goal scoring. Okay, Salah is the only winger in top 5 Premier League all scorers of all time. Only winger.
That's amazing too. But that
Yeah, so
alone
his
doesn't
goal
make
scoring
it.
is 12 out
Okay.
of 10.
Let me say this without you interrupting. That Salah's goals alone doesn't make him better than Hazard. Lampard's goals alone, in my opinion, doesn't make him better than Gerrard. There's more to the conversation than just those two
Great.
things.
great. If we're talking about your logic, Gerard wins. But anyway, let me do this because I know
You
guys
can
have
say
to
that.
go
That's your
as well.
opinion, brother.
Listen,
That
I
can be a poll as
I
well.
had to cook up.
That can be a poll as well.
The Stevie G disrespect is too much. The only one that don't belong is Paul Scholes, by the way, just so you guys know. But we'll do that another
That
time.
Lampard disrespect. You didn't disrespect him, but that Lampard disrespect in general is way.
No,
too
I
much.
never disrespect Lampard. If
You
I put
didn't, you
Lampard
didn't.
second all
You
time,
didn't.
that ain't disrespect. The only one I will completely disrespect, who ain't even top 10 Premier League midfielders all time, Paul Scholes, most overrated player in Premier League history, never even won Man United Player of the Year, was never got into the World 11, never made the Champions League team. Like he's
That's
just
crazy.
an average player. I think if Mikel Arteta played for United instead of Scholes, they would still had 13 Premier League. Big up to TH14 who says United.
Crazy. Yeah.
Name-
Hey,
deserves
hey,
a wait.
hey, hey.
Okay,
Yeah.
guys, I'm crazy. Name one difference between Scholes and Jorginho. I dare you. Go ahead.
Brother, we're 2 hours in, bro.
Red,
Name one
red.
difference.
You are off.
Name one difference.
You are off. You are off.
I'm
I'm
waiting.
so mad. I can't even reply to it.
Okay, no, okay. My take is mad. Paz, answer the question. Name one difference between Jorginho and Paul Scholes. I dare you. Go ahead.
What's a Jorginho?
Hold on. Hold on. Can I ask you now? Do you know how mad that is to say? Because and don't try to
They all
change it to
pass the
Jorginho.
ball.
And also, I like the way you try to change it to Jorginho. You said Mikel Arteta. That's what
Yeah.
you said.
Wait,
You said
Paul Scholes scored 100 goals in the Prem.
Forget
107.
forget the goals.
No, I'm just saying.
He played
on
second
the ball,
striker early.
Who scores on the ball is mental. Mental.
Okay.
Who
When you
scores
say
on the
mental,
ball?
that's complete an exaggeration. He's not
Who-
mental.
Wait. Dude,
Mental.
Hussam,
You're crazy.
it's actually interesting because Gerard recently spoke about it, as in 2 days ago.
Who
He
scores
literally
on the
said,
ball?
I couldn't do what Scholes did on the ball. He literally said that.
Okay, but then
On
Scholes
the
as
ball,
well. in
they're-
an interview-
on the ball,
I
Scholes is
think
better
this
than
is
both
weak
of them.
argument because Scholes came out in an interview and said, "I couldn't have done what Gerard did at Liverpool. They're professionals. They're gonna say
Because he doesn't have the physical.
Agreed.
Which is why I
Okay,
say,
let me just
Gerard-
name you
I think
midfielders
Gerard
better than
better.
Scholes and tell me I'm wrong. Stop me when I'm wrong. Gerard,
I think Gerard is better than Scholes because
Lampard,
because I think he's more likely to impose himself on a game.
yes.
I think he's a bigger difference maker, which is
Gerrard
why I
and
rate
Lampard,
Declan Rice. Like, if you ask me why I think Declan Rice is good, like, I'm not going to start naming off attributes. It will be the way he imposes himself on a game and his impact.
Love ads.
Big up,
Same as
big up.
Gerrard. Love ads.
Okay,
Like,
so this
I
is who I think is better than Scholes all time. Gerard.
Yeah, you can
Lampard.
say that, but to say,
Let me tell you.
completely
Let me
rub
tell
them
you.
out.
Let me tell you the list because when I said it's a crazy statement, now watch who I think make a bigger difference to the team, actually can lead the team and make like on the pitch in 90 minutes can influence the game in way more like than Scholes. Gerard, Lampard, Kevin De Bruyne, Patrick Vieira, Cesc Fabregas, N'Golo Kante, Yaya Toure, David Silva. I'm at 8 already. And not one name that I mentioned isn't an all-time great.
But I think that's the thing. I think
But so is Scholes.
I think what you've done. I think
He
what
is.
you've done
No, but
there
you
is
can say-
you've
you can
named
say-
other very elite
He
players
won, but he
that do
is.
different things.
He is.
Like,
He is. He has
it's-
the trophies. He has the appearances to prove it.
Yeah, like, I think it's very harsh.
He has
I
the
think it's very
Trophies,
harsh the way
but
you're
who's the Premier League GOAT? We all three of us agree Henry is the GOAT. He only has 2 Prems. Who cares about trophies, bro? Let's not do this because if we want to do trophy talk, then Giggs is the GOAT.
Because then we could, because, for example, I think Giggs. I don't rate Giggs up there. Like, people
I don't
love
rate
Ryan
Giggs up
Giggs.
there either.
Yeah, but
Giggs to me is. He's cool.
but there's a
Like,
reason
he's
why
all right.
He's cool. Like, he's good. Like, he's Ryan Giggs.
But there's a reason why these guys won. There's a
Sorry?
reason
Okay,
that-
here's the thing.
why these
When
guys won
you
so
say
much.
Premier League titles, look,
Yeah, but
if
he's
Patrick
also been
Vieira
around
played
the
for Man
team.
United, he would have more league titles. Any of these midfielders, Kante would have more league titles. Every single player I just mentioned, had they played for Man United in that dominant era, they would have won more leagues. So let's not just put Premier League medals on the table because I think Henry
No, I do
Henry is the GOAT.
Right,
Henry is
Roy
the GOAT.
Keane
He
is
had
a-
2
is a
Prems
good one.
only.
I
So
do
where do you
understand what
rate
you're
Roy
saying.
Keane?
Huh?
Do I rate who? Sorry.
You rate Roy Keane? That's a good one in the comments.
Yeah, I do rate Roy Keane. Roy Keane better
Above
than
Scholes.
Scholes.
Above Scholes.
Above Scholes, 100%.
Oh, I can't lie, man. I didn't watch Roy Keane. I can't pretend like I watched him. I didn't watch him, so I cannot
Fair.
comment on Roy Keane.
Fair.
Roy Keane.
Let's get through this because this is becoming Oppenheimer settings. But I've enjoyed streaming with you guys, honestly. United had the most XG. No one cared because it led to shit. I agree with that.
And they also wait one sec. They also had I think 3rd or 4th worst XG conceded in the league, which is the reason why they were so bad. Anyway, so.
United are ass, to be fair. Madrid fan, hello Madrid. The only DM I'll bring to my team is Tonali. You guys not even mentioning him is absolutely baffling to me, guys.
I mentioned Tonali. I mentioned
I
Tonali.
like Tonali.
I mentioned Tonali.
But back to back man of the matches versus Real Madrid. Okay, mate.
Tonali's a booter. Tonali's a
No, I like Tonali.
And
I like
Ramirez.
Tonali.
I think Newcastle have the second best midfield in the Prem.
I like Tonali, but the problem is, listen, with all due
I think
respect,
their midfield is crazy.
with all due respect to Newcastle, if Tonali want to be recognized, he need to move elsewhere.
The rest of their team is such a mess. Like their forward line just is like.
What are you talking about? They literally have the most clean sheets in the Prem.
Respect Elanga, mate.
I hate
Rice
it,
leads Arsenal in
that's
every
as a team, though. If you look at their back line individually, bro, and you had money to spend, how many apart from Liverpool?
Okay, but as the defense is so solid.
Yeah, but that's because Eddie Howe is a menace, bro.
Yeah, he's a menace.
Like,
but
as a collective, they are OD defensively.
You can't just exclude these guys from the praise just because Eddie Howe's a good manager. Holland scored 9 goals. Is it just because Pep Guardiola is a good manager? No.
Listen,
I can exclude. I can tell you
that
the Newcastle defense is not elite. I can tell you that. Whether
By
they
the
have
way,
the record or not.
Paz is actually right in this one. Their defense really isn't elite at all. I think it's more like house style and system more than anything else.
You look at Dan Burn, the 6'7" left back, bro, and you're looking at and Jamal Lascelles and
Dan Burn is my opinion the most underrated player in the Premier League.
No, I don't hear that.
Underrated.
Where do you rate
that's underrated? That's calm. Don't make him good.
So where is it that you rate him? Where should he be?
Huh?
Where
Bro,
should he be?
One of the best centre backs.
Where?
He's so solid.
Put a number on it.
How many years of consistency has he shown us for us to disrespect him?
One day, you guys, we're gonna unpack all these debates one day. That's called one as well. I'm gonna present to you a case so strong I will change your opinion. Mo, before he met me, had the same opinion as you guys. When I brought him all the evidence, he was like, Sam is right. The Scholes guy is so overrated. I'll present you one day. I'll present you information.
I'm not just talking about Scholes. I'm just saying Dan Burn, I think, is underrated.
Yeah, Dan Burn is definitely underrated. Rice leads Arsenal every passing metric of the season.
Mid-table, which is
That's
why they're in mid-table.
Yeah, but Dan Burn ain't never gonna play for Real Madrid, is he? Look when Caicedo bucked PSG compared to Rice. This is why Chelsea fans, like, you guys actually have a problem. You have a genuine problem. So Brighton beat Manchester City. Anyone here taking Ayari over fucking Rodri? No one is. So let's not just do because you won one game of football, it makes you better. Okay, watch this, Z. Using your logic, Rice is clear of Caicedo because when Caicedo bucked Rice, you lost 5-0.
7 times. Seven games. They haven't won in 7 games. It's 5 wins, 2 draws.
2-0 Hussam. Tanya, I own you. Every super chat, I own you more. You to understand this. I know how to defeat Chelsea fans. It's my specialty. And United fans. Since when did Caicedo surpass Rice defensively? Hey, I don't know. Chelsea fans speak matter of fact.
Very recent. No, I'm not gonna lie. I've watched him win the ball back so many times. It's ridiculous. It is actually ridiculous.
Rice is the best in the pivot when he can attack and defend. I do think Rice is very underrated as like a box.
Not in a single pivot. No, I don't think people know what a single pivot is. You're alone.
Single pivot is Fabinho, Fernandinho.
If someone's saying where he can attack and defend, surely that means he's the most complete. And a midfielder, you want to be the most complete player. So surely he's the best midfielder.
But there's some roles that are a bit more specialist. Like, for example, if you're not going to have the ball, like at West Ham, he's a perfect DM. Perfect. Win the ball, carry it. At us, they're going to be sat behind us for the majority of the game. Can you break a line? Can you move their defense? Like, can you move it? Can you dictate? That is not Declan, bro. That's not Declan. It's never been Declan.
Rice is the better evolution of Henderson. Do you agree with this? I don't think. I think that's harsh.
That's just damn disrespectful. But do you know what? I rate Henderson, so I'm gonna walk away from it.
Oh my god. Essien was a baller, though. Don't get it twisted.
I got triggered when I first read it.
No, I'm disagreeing with that one.
Rice is Essien and Caicedo Kante, eh? Great, just different. No, you don't have to be triggered. Essien is a very good.
You know, it is. When I
think Caicedo was Kante, I would say Rice is Gerrard. That's what I would say. I think that's a fair
way better on the ball.
I think
Have you not seen how
Gerrard,
good Declan Rice is? I don't
No,
know.
I defend Declan Rice's
is
corner
very
all
good.
the time. You don't have
But
to.
I
he's
think
single
on the
pivot
ball, I
good.
think on the ball he's really underrated. I don't know.
You know, on
like,
the ball, technically he is good, but in terms of putting that together to control a game from deep, that is not him. And it
Okay,
also
guys, we're gonna have to leave this debate for another day because 2 hours 15 minutes. You get
Yeah,
the
yeah,
open
yeah, bro. We got to go.
You guys go check out the JG.
JG takes.
Yep. I think Mo put the link in the description as well.
Yeah,
Yep, he gave the Instagram link is in the description. JG takes. Pass the creators in the description. Go give him a subscribe. I don't think Ads has a channel, so yeah, big up to all of you guys. Thank you guys so much. We're gonna send you guys over to the Ram stand. Go over there, tell them MHF raid. Love you all, and never forget, Paul Scholes never received the Ballon d'Or vote in his 20-year career. Yet they act like he's the best Premier League midfielder ever. Love you all, and shout out to the Ginger
Appreciate
George.
you, man. Appreciate you, man.
Peace out.
Yes, man. See you later, man.